weird and lame.
Bro,
It doesn't make any sense.
he had the perfect opportunity for WrestleMania Hollywood. Said he
You
wasn't.
don't do it because you wasn't in
And
ring
then
shit.
and then WrestleMania.
Well, he
40,
said we couldn't give the people the story that they deserved.
Nah, but then I think he said that, and then it was like a college game day, and he said, "Bro, come on, bro, like, come on."
And then the next year,
You try to
you
Devo
try to
Cody
mess
spot,
up a story. And then
and
this
then you
year, it's
realize you
literally
messed
all
it
set
up.
up.
You realize you
I
messed
watched
it up.
that.
You flipped the script, which was a great thing to do. We got what we wanted, and then you said, "Oh, when I come back, whoopty whoop, I'm going to you." Now the plans got scrapped.
And he over here making he hugging and kissing Cody on stage.
And realistically, G, the reason why I think he got scrapped, bro, I think he wanted to go over. And I've been saying that.
Of course he did.
Look at this nigga's Hollywood contract, bro.
Like
they can't lose in a fight.
I think Triple H and them was not going for that, so that's why he didn't go over.
Yeah, because bro, like think about it. When he came back the first time, that was like one of the few times it was like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and need to beat Cena. When it like once in a lifetime, give Cena the win. Cool, we move on. Come on now, because he wants to do it twice. He wants to beat Roman or Cody the first time, and then come back the next year, and then we ain't trying to hear that. But welcome to another episode of the No Name Wrestling Podcast. 57 episodes, guys. That's a year and 5 weeks. 57 episodes. We are here. Obviously, I am not Mr. Columbo. I am not the OG Homo sapien. Okay, I am a newly converted Homo sapien, sadly. Yes. But nevertheless, we are here. Host G Baby in the building. We got a lot of things to talk about. We're a little early because Super Bowl Sunday. We're not about to go live during that. We gotta go watch Mahomes get a 3-peat.
Oh God.
We gotta go watch GOAT things happen. So we're here a little bit early. Appreciate all of y'all for tapping in and joining. All right. If you guys have not already, which at this point I don't know why you haven't, please subscribe to the No Name Wrestling Podcast YouTube page. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on TikTok if you still have it. No Name Wrestling. If you don't listen to this live and you at the gym, you at your work, and you want to listen to the podcast, we're on Spotify. No Name Wrestling Podcast. Go listen to that. It's uploaded every Monday morning at 8 a.m. for the most part. Please tap into that. We might get a couple of y'all in here later on. If you guys have to have a mic, of course, have to have a camera. We don't want to see your knees. We don't want to see your shoulders. We got to make sure, because you might say something where they're going on a clip. So we got to make sure you're ready for that. But starting off, I titled, we'll just get straight to the title. I titled this show the way it did because we had our immediate Royal Rumble reactions. Jey Uso, we all kind of said, didn't see that coming, but hey, yeet. Nate was there. Malik was there. The crowd was going crazy. Like everybody, I mean, let's be real. How many times do people really ask for an encore of your entrance?
Yeah, it's crazy.
If that's not aura, I don't know what is. You feel me? Hey, look, I don't remember them telling Jeff Hardy to go back and redo his entrance. I don't remember them telling Cena to go back and redo his entrance.
No, they just told him to go back.
So yeah,
they literally told him to go back. Literally,
twice in a week, twice.
Yeah, twice, and that might be a thing going forward. I don't want them to overdo it, but we know how they get. They find something and they go hammer it in the dirt. But I want to talk about this build to WrestleMania. We did talk about Jey Uso at length last week. Nate, I don't think you were here for that because you were still on the road. But and Lewis, I don't think you were here, and obviously Trent, you weren't either. So we'll just start with Jey Uso off rip. Do y'all like now that it's been a week? We've had some time to settle, right? We don't have the immediate shock factor. Do y'all still believe it was the right decision? And as like a second part to that, what do y'all feel his direction and how he should tell this story should go? Because there's two good options.
All right. So I'll go first. So, G, since you did something you didn't want to do, man. So I've been labeled as a Jey Uso hater. You guys know, whatever. How I feel about the man is different. How the man actually is. How I feel about somebody's talent. One thing I can't deny is that the man is over. And one thing I refuse to do is, especially when it's one of my podcast mates, Nate, one thing I refuse to do is, now that this man is at the pinnacle of his success, I'm at the point I refuse to slander him. So Nate, the same way you were happy with me with Damian at WrestleMania, my brother, I will show you the same support. You were the fake Jey Uso, and you deserve the moment. And I would like for you to be the first guy I do the yeet with, if you don't mind. I've never done it.
Yeet.
So with that being said, yeah, the dude deserves it. The dude deserves it. Jey Uso since the Royal Rumble was supposed to be what the Royal Rumble was supposed to be. Those mid-card guys that need to break through that glass ceiling as a single star. And the fact that he won the Rumble is insane. The fact that they're moving forward and trusting him to be the main event, that's really solidifying. So regardless how I feel, you listen to the crowd, they're with it. It is the right decision. I am man enough to admit that. And yeet.
I mean, shit, man. I mean, when you look back, to Lewis's point, when was the last Royal Rumble winner that actually like broke through? Like, when was the last time we actually seen that? Last one I can think, Drew McIntyre, exactly, 2020. Because Cody didn't need it either time. He didn't really. 2023, you could argue, but he was already over that shit. Like we knew he was. It was only because there was only one. Because there was only one champion, you could say for the story he needed it, but he could have just walked and be like, "I want the title." People were like, "All right, cool." Edge didn't need it because Edge. Brock did not need it because it's fucking Brock. And then Cody second time didn't necessarily need it. He could have gotten there another way. Drew McIntyre is the only one that I can think of in recent memory that's like, okay, that caused him to break through. So, like Lou said, man, supposed to make stars. And as far as who he faces, I mean, I love Gunther. That's my glorious king. But if he ends up beating Gunther, I'm fine with it as long as Gunther gets his lick back. Jay can have a cool 2-3 month reign. If Gunther, run it back, King of the Ring.
See,
King of the Ring winner.
That's what I'm grateful for. I never thought, and I'm being so serious, I never thought Gunther would ever main event at WrestleMania. That was the one thing I thought in his career he was never going to get. And I'm praying, because if he has that, I can finally push the lock top 20 talks, bro. I can finally push it.
Oh, yeah.
I can finally
he's on his way. Oh, he's on his way, bro. He's on his way. When it's all said and done, bro, he's going to be top 10 when it's all said and done.
It's just crazy that people are really mad. People always talking about, it's always predictable this, predictable that. And then when you have something unpredictable and you have the most over guy or your second most over guy in your company winning, it's a huge issue. I just think people just don't like Jey Uso. That's just what it is. Like, I'm happy with he won. Obviously, I wanted my GOAT to win, but if you just look at base of the booking, honestly, the GOAT John Cena, based off like booking, he's a loser right now. And he won a match in almost a decade? Like, 4 or 5
and it's funny because people call Jey Uso a loser.
That's what I'm saying. Like, John Cena right now, John Cena right now is a loser. I'm not gonna lie, he's a loser. So he has to build back up to where, that's what I'm saying, to where he got to get back to regular John Cena, to where you already got Jey Uso who's been trying and pushing, and he's already your second most, or probably your most over guy in the company, period. And he won the Rumble. I don't see no issue with it. I'm not gonna lie.
Trent, somebody asked for your YouTube.
My YouTube is just my @ is TR5NT.
It's the way y'all spell it up there.
Yeah, it's the way it's there.
But I'm glad you brought that up, because obviously we know the internet is not a real place, right? Twitter is not a real, or X is not a real place, and we have to take what we see with a grain of salt. But I do find it funny, the shift. Like it reminds me, and hear me out when I say this. It reminds me of when Allen Iverson was on his way. He won the MVP. He was almost like the underdog because everybody felt he ain't had nothing around him. Then he had that press conference. We talk about practice. And all of a sudden, the media started to hate him. They love you when you're on your way up, and they hate you when you get there. Jey Uso, and again, I was on TikTok. We were on this show. The amount of outrage we saw when Jey Uso had that 2-week title reign, just to throw him back with the bloodline, which me and Lewis predicted. We literally said, Oh, he won. That's cool. He's about to lose right away because we need him for War Games. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. The amount of outrage that I saw. Oh, why aren't y'all?
I was tight. I was tight.
Heated. In a star-studded rumble, because let's be real, CM Punk is probably the only other person, based off the story they've been telling, that like, okay, you could have won that. Cena, based off the story they've been telling, shouldn't have won. You haven't won a match. And you lost to Thumb Boy when he was the enforcer. He wasn't even like leading the new bloodline.
Do y'all know who Jey Uso is? He's the main roster Johnny Gargano. If we're looking at the timeline, right? Johnny Gargano was aside from
hate you, bro.
No, that's not what I mean.
Because you know how niggas don't comprehend. No, niggas don't comprehend.
NXT. Listen, besides the heel turn, because Jey Uso didn't have it and he won't have it, but hot as fuck, keeps losing, can't win the big one. What happens in Phoenix? Gargano beats Ricochet for the North American title, right? Then loses to Velveteen Dream's first title defense. Jey Uso wins the IC title. Beats Xavier Woods, but then loses it back to Braun Breaker. And if people are like, yo, what the fuck? Like you can't pull the trigger? What happens? Johnny Gargano was supposed to beat the biggest villain in NXT, which is Tommaso Ciampa, right? For the NXT title. What's about to happen? Jey Uso's about to beat the biggest villain in WWE right now for the world title. He's Johnny Gargano on the main roster, dog.
Triple H found his Johnny Gargano.
He found his Johnny Gargano.
I mean, yeah. I mean, and
because he know he can't push Johnny like that. Unfortunately,
yeah, he can. Exactly. The fact that they're getting no reactions is beyond me. But it's a shame because he's actually trying with them. Like he's actually trying. But either way, I'll just blame the crowd for that.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
No, it's all good. It's just when I look at it, because we called them, we brought up how they were fickle, right? How fans were fickle. We always talk about that.
It's not even. It needs a new word for fickle, bro. It's like. It's just
they don't know what they want.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
They're just bitchy, bro.
I don't get it.
They toxic.
Toxic. That's the perfect word for it. They are toxic because, bro,
indecisive,
bro. I guarantee.
What you want for dinner? I don't know. Doesn't matter.
I feel like Jey Uso's getting more
pizza. No.
You want Chinese? I feel like Jey Uso's getting more outrage than Charlotte.
I don't even want to eat. Can I get some of your fries?
like, bro, what's his name? I think that it's crazy to me that Jey Uso's been more outraged than Charlotte.
Oh shit!
Well, here's the thing.
God!
You know what's funny? Online, that's how it is, but in the arenas, people ain't buying that Charlotte.
Yeah, which I'm cool with. But I'm saying online,
it completely flipped.
It completely. But I'm saying though, like the fact that Jey Uso's getting way more slander than when Charlotte just going back to a title. Like, bro, that shit. Like, you don't need to have Charlotte win the Royal Rumble. You don't need to. Like, you're Charlotte. You're an icon.
And see. The thing is though.
You don't need it.
The thing is though, like with the women's Rumble, and I actually mean this with no disrespect. Who else was gonna win that Rumble? Right? Like once they announced Charlotte was coming back, it was like.
But it's like
Loki. That's how we're looking at the chamber. That's Loki. How we're looking at the chamber.
Right.
But they did the same. But they did the same in 23 because when Cody what's his name? He came back at the Rumble and they what's his name? You already knew in your head like, all right, bro, you're gonna win the Rumble.
Yes, but with Jey Uso, the reason why I'm kind of shocked about it is like, yes, you had all these other guys that probably could have won, but again, for me, other than CM Punk and John Cena for the nostalgia part. But even then, it's John Cena. If John Cena walked up to Triple H and said, give me Cody, is he going to say no? If CM Punk went up to Paul Heyman and was like, hey, y'all, I'm going to need that favor, are they going to say no? Seth Rollins doesn't need it. Roman Reigns damn sure don't need it.
Drew McIntyre was
But G, that's the point. But look, that's the point. We got an unpredictable Rumble with a star-studded Rumble with Jey Uso winning, which is great, and people are outraged. But Charlotte getting the 2023 Cody Rhodes, mad predictable, wins the Rumble. I don't see that much outrage. I think that's whack. I think that's mad lame.
And like Nate said, that's why we say the internet's not a real place. Because in the crowd, and it's funny. I feel like
bro,
they try to. I'm not gonna lie. I did feel bad for Charlotte
No, for real.
You came back off an injury. You was out for over a year. Like,
and she was like, that was the hardest year of my life. She said, that's the hardest year of my life. They was like, boo, we don't care. Boo, nigga.
And then
Don't do something out of it.
She did the mental health struggles. Her divorce just got announced.
They said, boo, nigga, we don't care.
Go do something out of belt, bro.
And then went to SmackDown and then tried to cut a heel promo, and there was a little bit more sympathy because I think some people kind of felt bad. But even then, don't nobody want to see that.
no,
again,
bro.
Nobody wants to see it. So again,
and you know what this means? That pop for Tiffany Stratton when she goes over. I'm telling y'all, bro. It's roof off the place.
You think she going over?
And that's what I'm scared about.
I bet $10.
I'm actually scared. I'm terrified.
Let's talk about actually.
Once she puts in that figure 8.
Oh my god!
I got faith. I got faith. Her flexible ass can get out.
Number 14, or whatever the fuck number she's on.
That's sick.
Let's transition for women, not for men, not for in general.
I think she's at like 13 or 14.
She's at 14, I think. But let's transition to that. Yeah, she'll be at 15. Let's transition to that. How scared are we for Tiffany Stratton in this Mania match?
Very scared, bro. I'm terrified.
If I give a percentage, like 75%.
I'm calm.
Yeah,
I'm calm.
You, Lewis,
you gonna be calm till you see her locking that figure 8. Once she does the bridge, it's over, bro. Ain't nobody break. I don't even think Bianca broke out of that.
Because I feel like
don't worry, we there, bro. Don't worry, bro. We there.
I feel like Tiffany's mad young. They can still give her, like, feel me? She's dumb young. She just.
You're so sick for thinking that.
I hear you, Trent. I hear you. I
feel like that's WWE.
You know I don't want.
Man, she'll be fine.
No.
The Triple H boy should be fine.
She'll be fine.
Hey, I feel y'all.
She's got her whole career ahead of her.
I'm gonna bring an example. Even though obviously she wasn't as young. Asuka.
Jesus.
That's different.
Asuka. No. Trent.
She needed that win.
Asuka
she needed that win. She needed that win.
At the time, bro, don't do that, Trent.
Bro, this is different, though. I think this is
different.
This is mad different.
It is different. But even then,
I see the comparison. G's trying to
see it, but like you got to think though.
No. So if they can put Charlotte over Asuka, who had a 914-day undefeated streak, this wasn't used to elevate somebody. Charlotte was already established at this point. She was already like a 6-time champion.
Yeah. So I'm looking at it like kind of different, just because number one, I feel like what was that, WrestleMania 33? How long ago was that? Even though it was 34. Still wrong, Asuka should have won. That's why I agree. How long was that?
Like 6 years ago. 7.
Oh,
7 years ago.
Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, that's crazy. Now I feel like they might give her another moment just because she put somebody over. I feel like they would do it, but I don't want to. I don't want I don't want her to win.
Because here's the thing, like even though it worked,
I'm cool.
Even though it worked out for
now,
Tiffany,
she puts her over. Cool.
Because I think with Tiffany, because like for example, when she faced Becky Lynch, even though she had a star-making performance, in my opinion, I still think it would have been better if Tiffany won. Right? I know we were transitioning to Lyra, which was fine. That's cool, but I still think Tiffany would have been better served with a win. Because even though she had a great performance and a loss, we still lost. I'm scared that's the route they're going to want to go here. Because again, we know from here to April, that build is going to be atrocious. But once that bell rings after the first 7 minutes, that match is going to be amazing. That's the Charlotte formula. Bad build, great match. So we know what we're going to get. We're going to get that. But Tiffany is going to get caught in that figure 8, and Charlotte is going to bridge. And unless they do like a whole knee injury angle where she can't get up, she's going to be in that thing for a minute. Oh, my God. Please don't. Please.
Who says it's going to be a minute? Who says it's going to be a minute? Who says it's going to be a minute?
That's not
I can see being 5 seconds.
We got
I can see 5 seconds. Like, nope, I'm done.
We is not worried.
Marley
That's what happened to Asuka, right? Asuka didn't even survive that long.
No,
she got in it and she was like,
she was in that bitch for a minute.
Asuka was in it.
She was?
Yeah, she was in it twice.
Okay.
We is not worried at all. We're not worried.
Yeah, I'm so sure. This ain't number 45, Charlotte. I promise you. I'll believe that when
number 45.
I'll believe that when she loses.
We are not worried.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
She'll be 45 once she hits 17.
I gotta see her to lose back to back for a championship at a Mania to where it'd be like, All right, she might.
Nah, don't worry. Tiffany gonna start it, bro. We here, bro.
I hope.
We'll see, bro.
Shit,
I hope so.
Who did she face at Mania the year before Rhea?
Ronda.
Oh shit. Oh well, she lost. Technically, you think they gonna give Charlotte 3 straight losses at Mania?
No, wait. Oh yeah, she did.
No, Charlotte won. Charlotte won.
Oh wait,
She beat Ronda.
She beat Ronda, right?
She beat Ronda.
Ronda won it.
She beat off a big boot, right?
Yeah,
Backlash, right?
Ronda beat her at WrestleMania Backlash.
Oh,
damn, that match is so bad. We don't remember who won.
It was that. Was it an IQ?
That match sucked.
Was it?
Nah,
No, the IQ match was good. Yeah,
Charlotte
IQ match was tough.
Charlotte won off a big boot, and I think Ronda won the next.
Big
She
boot?
won at WrestleMania
I
Backlash.
could have sworn it was a big boot.
Off a big
Yeah,
boot?
she won off a big boot. Yeah.
Not even natural selection?
No.
That's
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
weird.
it was a big boot because I think Ronda was dealing with the ref, and then Charlotte went boom right there.
Yeah, I think it was a big boot, bro.
That match fucking
No.
sucked.
Oh my god,
That match fucking sucked.
Bro, I'm telling. Like,
I mean,
that's
it's
why-
I fell
believable.
asleep during
It's
that match.
believable. Head kicks give Ronda Rousey PTSD, anyways.
That's a good cook, but
It's a good cut.
bro, like
Appreciate
that's
it.
why I'm saying, like, G-Baby, like, I hope we all pray, like, yeah, Tiffany Stratton, she goes.
Y'all
over.
just, bro, y'all gotta be cool, man. Tiff got this, bro. She
Yeah,
ain't
Lewis,
fail us
number
yet.
15.
Lewis, I don't like how you doing it because you in fake denial though. Like you trying to act like hey, that's
But
not
no.
bad.
This is what I'm gonna say. Now,
Deep down, I'm on both my knees praying to God.
Because bro, they keep calling Charlotte the greatest women's wrestler of all time, which
It's-
we know is far from the truth.
Yeah.
So I'm like, they're gonna give her 15.
I mean, a lot of
They
people think
still
she go,
pushing
though.
that shit.
A lot of people think she
they always pushing.
and I'm not gonna lie, the same people who pushing that they come on, bro. Like the people who push that she the GOAT, you're only talking about the match quality, I guess, or the accolades. That's it. Because she is never actually. Let me stop. That's disingenuous. Since Becky Lynch slapped her across the face, she has not been a bigger star than Becky. She has not been a bigger star than Becky
Not at all.
since Becky slapped her across the face. And I'm not gonna lie, Charlotte, even on her, because we would argue her first run as champion is probably her best. And then there was like a second one that was pretty good. But other than that, her first run, that was her peak. Nobody is touching. The only people that I can argue come close as far as peak wise would be Rhea Ripley because of how big of a star she is right now. And Bianca Belair once upon a time, even though this tag team run that she's on is kind of fizzling her out.
Oh, no,
Bianca Belair, that peak for a
Uh-oh.
minute.
later. That's gonna be a nasty
What?
convo later. The Bianca convo. People gonna hate
Oh
it.
yeah. They're gonna hate it, but it's true.
The clips are gonna be gross.
Yeah,
You
but
wanna get into it?
I mean, well, real quick to wrap up the Charlotte Tiffany thing, because it's first off, I get Triple H's. He wants to make everything unpredictable, which
Right.
you should. In a scripted show, you want people to question. We know we're not getting that fucking trilogy, and we know she ain't finna go.
Oh yeah.
So
Nope.
let's
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet. Not now. If she went after Julia, bro, what the
Bro, I
fuck?
would have PTSD from 2020.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I probably
Be literally
have
the same
more
thing.
than
Yeah.
that. I probably.
I didn't think.
Once she puts Julia in that figure eight,
Honestly, I didn't think Rhea was gonna recover. I didn't think Rhea was gonna recover, and she
Bro,
did it
that
for
was
a
bad.
while. She
That was
did it
bad,
for a
bro.
while.
that was
Judgment-
bad.
Yeah, bro.
That was bad.
She was
Yes.
cooked.
That was bad.
She was.
I'm not gonna lie, I
cooked.
just-
He was cooked.
This
man.
her choosing an NXT champion winning the Rumble. That just threw me up like off the rip. Like,
So,
Because they wanted to make NXT legit, bro. So I was
Yeah.
like,
Oh, and then also,
so you choose Rhea out of all fucking people, like
Right.
Adam Cole, baby, like
I mean, it could have worked if Rhea just won.
Charlotte
Yeah.
versus Adam Cole.
Yeah, you
I
got a
mean,
point.
it could have worked if Rhea.
You're
just
not lying.
If Rhea won, bro, that's what I was expecting. I was like, okay, Rhea's gonna win. That's fine.
Bro, she got in that figure eight,
He said, "What the fuck?"
but
Oh, man.
also,
Just
She didn't even hold it that long. She lost it at the next takeover to EO.
Yeah, what's
No,
what's-
her next title defense, I'm pretty sure, was Mia Yim on a regular TV match.
What? Yeah.
She
It
did
was
defend
me.
against EO too.
Yeah, she defended against EO 1-on-1, then the triple threat.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Which if you just wanted to transition to EO, why couldn't EO just beat Rhea?
In your house, yeah, right, yeah.
It could have like you know
Like the
sometimes-
triple threat was gas, but
but it
didn't
was
need-
but
you didn't need it.
yeah you did
Just like everything with Charlotte, the match is gas, but you
Yeah.
didn't need it.
So my thing when I look at it to kind of wrap up the whole Tiffany and Charlotte thing, we know that's pretty much the match we're gonna get, and it's gonna be a horrific build. It's gonna be a horrific build, right? So let's just get there and let's have a good match. please just I said this last year. Sometimes we don't need to overcomplicate simple storylines. You have some layups. It used to be my big criticism for Tony Khan. Triple H, we don't need to overcomplicate this. I get trying to have some unpredictability. Who's she gonna choose? Pick Tiffany, lose, and then have her do something not involved with that title. Because Lord knows y'all don't have the depth. So please have her feud with Naomi. Have her give us the Bianca Belair Charlotte feud we've been waiting on, so that Bianca can finally beat all of the 4 horsewomen. Just give us what we've been waiting on, please. And is Jade actually injured? Because I'm shocked she's not back.
Nah, she's been training up at the Performance Center, from what I've heard.
Oh, okay. So
you know what's crazy, bro? You could have avoided all that if you just put her in NXT, but whatever. You know, that's what it is.
She's too big of a star being NXT, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
I don't care, man. They got Julia and Stephanie back here.
I agree and disagree because Jordan Grace is in NXT now. She's gonna go.
She's starting in NXT?
Bro, they said she's gonna start in NXT.
Well, I think it's kind of like
I just knew she was gonna be in that chamber.
Yeah,
that was my pick to win it.
Yeah, so I think it's kind of like
because they got Roxanne moving up. So
yeah, I feel like it's kind of
that makes sense.
Because now they put Jordan Grace in there. Okay, I can see what you're saying. But when she first came, I was like, nah, she too big for that.
I mean,
it could have worked, but you know,
it could have worked.
They won the tag titles and then lost like immediately.
I don't know. I don't know. Me personally, if you're putting Jordan in the Rumble back-to-back years, I mean, you should put her on the main roster. That's just
I thought she
got a pop.
I thought Jordan Grace was going to be in that chamber and win it. That's what I thought.
Well, you thought she was going to win?
Honestly, yeah. Because what better way to show her dominance than have her win the chamber? Because
you giving her that Jade Cargill book when she was supposed to get,
or when Shayna first got up here. She took out everyone.
I wouldn't hate it.
Like I mean, Bianca's.
You put her against Rhea? Is it Rhea? Right? For real?
Well, yeah, that's what I assume. Because so we'll talk about this too. Io, everybody swear that's the Mania match, and it could be.
I hope,
but like she about to be Dakota Kai back, so they about to tag against Liv Morgan and Raquel. So like I'm not sure Io finna be in this chamber. I'm really not.
She did. Yeah, I mean she already lost her qualifier.
I mean, and this is WWE. They do last chance qualifiers all the time.
You're not lying.
But I don't know if she's gonna be in it though. I don't know.
Oh my god.
Well, now that Jordan Grace is in NXT, okay, maybe. But like I just knew Jordan Grace was entering this Rumble and winning it. Because we have Liv, Bianca, Alexa.
Yeah.
The other qualifying match is Bayley, Lyra. Bayley's probably gonna be in that. So that's 4. And then there's another one on SmackDown. Oh, Naomi is qualifying against somebody.
Against Chelsea Green. Champion versus champion. You're gonna have you could have up to 3 champions in this chamber.
Why?
Regardless of what's gonna happen,
you're gonna have 4. Oh no, you can't 3.
This the shit that pisses me off. Like matches like the Chamber, matches like the Rumble, matches like Money in the Bank, like shit like that is where you throw in some of your underutilized people and showcase them what they can do so that they can be familiar. And you're putting champion against champion. Why the fuck do we need that? Why the fuck
are your tag team champion? Why are your tag team champions going after the singles title?
Why don't have tag teams?
Why was Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill going after the United States Championship in the tournament, and now why are Naomi and Bianca going after?
What's the name? Wasn't live?
You literally have WrestleMania around the corner. You have a guaranteed WrestleMania match.
Wasn't Live Vicarious just in the qualifier match?
She's facing Bayley.
Yeah, she's gonna face Bayley for it.
Jesus Christ! Don't.
Meanwhile, you know who she feuding with? Ivy now.
Which is good.
I mean, it's good. It's a mid card.
It's a mid card, as it should be. As it should be. But why is she qualifying for the chamber?
But I think it's to the point where I think Triple H know people don't want to see that.
And then he did release more talent to.
I'm not gonna. Okay.
Do we want to get into the releases? Do we want to get into the releases?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
To an extent, I mean,
because I'm not in the wrestling business. Obviously, y'all know I'm more into football and stuff. This is just how I view with some of these releases, like AOP and stuff. Like, why did y'all come back? Like,
why did they bring them back? No, why did they bring them back?
Because Triple H
Triple H probably put up a false
that
reality.
Vince released them. That's what I think it is.
But like, what are you gonna do?
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. This is what I feel like Triple H did. Right? This is what I genuinely feel. I feel like when Triple H finally took over, because he did it with Hit Row, he did it with
Emma.
Well, Emma. He felt
Tegan
bad.
Knox.
He felt bad that some of his guys and people that he valued in NXT got released and didn't get a fair shot. Yeah, because like B-Fab got released like 2 weeks in. Y'all didn't even get a chance.
Bro, I just generally feel like, though, if you're not making a big push or doing like great work at like another company, like what Jacob Fatu was doing, like we already knew what he was doing. That's why I say he was a good fit. Like reinvent yourself like a Drew McIntyre or Cody Rhodes. For WWE wise, bro, don't come back. Like just go to another company.
I hear you.
There's different. There's
some of these guys like even though Top Dollar doing great. Shout out AJ Francis. At the time when he got released, what the fuck was he gonna do? Like what was he gonna do?
But I see we liked him, but I didn't have a problem with the release though.
Right, and that's why I want to get in, and that's what I want to get into it.
Maybe
so wait, let me
enlighten me more because I'm just kind of like confused on that part. Like,
let me tell y'all firsthand about WWE money, bro. So my boys, Danny, AZ, and Scott were bodyguards. They're at my wrestling school. They were bodyguards for CM Punk and Seth Rollins brawl on Raw. Nice. The three of them were bodyguards. Mm-hmm. The main thing why people go to WWE is the money. How much money you get paid for just being an extra is ridiculous. Mm-hmm. It is ridiculous. Some people, I understand AOP. I understand your point of view of like, why would you come back? Mm-hmm. It's the money.
It's just the money.
WWE gives you so much money to do what you want to do once you're done with them. Like I know AOP, with the WWE money they got from NXT and shit like that, they made their own like wrestling promotion before they went back. So a lot of them, they like to make their own. Like Dijak just made his wrestling school because of the WWE money.
Yeah. So when I was talking about that, Lewis, I'm specifically just talking about like
the booking,
and like how you want to get like because everybody's goal, man. I'm assuming everybody's main goal as a wrestler to be one of the big stars of a company.
Well, and that's what I was gonna address. So with that, there are some people that are just cool being there. They're just happy to be there. Like,
Apollo. There's people who've been in the WWE for about damn near 10 years, ain't done shit, but the money is so good, they're like, shit.
I'm happy to be here. The other thing, too, because, again, when Vince released a lot of these guys.
Exactly, Dion. Smooth. Smooth. Word. And I think he was going back to school or finishing school. Yeah. So making that money and finishing school?
Understand. Like, now, granted, you got to pay for your own travel and stuff, but $300K lightly. Like that's not even a thought.
You can buy a house.
Exactly. Like, so,
bro, people in NXT are buying houses. Like,
yeah, word. So,
yeah, I think Tyler Breeze got like 2 houses or some shit like that.
That's
like,
sick work.
That nigga's rich.
Yeah, what I will say,
because he invested and he's smart.
And he a 2K ambassador.
Yeah.
Get that.
Bro, he was a 2K ambassador before he even got hired back.
I saw that nigga at the Superstore.
They put him in the game as a legend before he got hired.
He did. I was so happy.
2K said, nah, you can't get rid of him, bro. I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah, we gonna give him.
I saw him at the Superstore. I was.
But go ahead, G. Go ahead.
But when we look at it though, I think a lot of people, even if Triple H never said it himself, when Triple H took over, a lot of them NXT guys that we were kind of like, yeah, they're not gonna make it on the main roster, probably thought, oh, well, I was a Triple H guy back then. He actually pushed me. Hey, I might get now at least I'm going to get the opportunity. And I think that's what is kind of like what's not said, but what people are thinking. Oh, this is like, think about it. There was no offense to them. It's not personal. Rick Boogs was getting TV time every week.
Shout out to Rick Boogs, though.
Shout out to Rick Boogs.
That nigga was hype. Rick
Boogs.
That shit was hype. That shit was hype.
But like realistically, and then like
he shouldn't have been there.
The worst version of Elias was getting TV time every week.
Yo, bro.
Kevin Owens made it work. But Ezekiel was a terrible gimmick. Ezekiel was a terrible gimmick that only worked because of Kevin Owens.
I love KO and Ezekiel. I ain't gonna lie. That shit.
That feud is great. That feud is great.
That's what I'm saying. It only worked because of Kevin Owens. So I think a lot of these guys.
I don't think so.
Ezekiel.
Bro, did you see when they wrote Ezekiel off?
Bro, they had Ezekiel and Elias on screen at the same time, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, that shit was kind of gas. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
They made him wear the fake sewn-on beard just to play Elias, bro. That shit was gold. I see what you're saying.
And then you see the Photoshop when he was in the hospital and he had like his whole family. Bro, that shit.
You gotta go back and watch it.
Yes, look, it was a good feud. I enjoyed it. I very much enjoyed it. But I definitely will credit. I feel like Kevin Owens had a lot to do with that because if this would have been. If he would have been feuding with Baron Corbin, that shit would have been ass.
Oh well,
yeah. So
and then it would have dragged.
So I think a lot of these guys came back because they thought Triple H would get them to where they were in NXT. If we're being honest,
I think that's what Triple H was trying to do. That first 4 months, he was really every week it was somebody different from NXT. And honestly, bro, I love Johnny Gargano. I love Hit Row. Emma coming back was dope. But them reactions, bro.
Yeah.
The thing is, when Johnny wrestles,
sad, bro.
He gets a huge Johnny wrestling. I think the main one people don't want to talk about is Tommaso Ciampa. He's the one that doesn't get reactions.
And what's crazy, they actually had Tommaso Ciampa on track to okay, you could start off as a maker. Bro, when he fought Bobby Lashley for that US
I thought he should have beaten him.
Bro, I was like, wow, that match is good.
He gave Bobby Lashley his best in-ring match.
And then when
he got hurt.
Because it's like Triple H needs to make a decision. He tried to save the tag division, but there wasn't. Now he's doing it now. Shout out SmackDown. He's doing it now. Pretty Deadly. Yeah, on SmackDown. Pretty Deadly. I feel like is on track. I don't know. Street Profits. Oof. I don't know. They might have just got some aura back now. So I don't know.
No, I think Pretty Deadly is
it only took Street
but they're going to get over.
Years.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I think Street
Profits took Triple H 4 years.
Yeah,
shit,
bro. Because
not 2 years.
4 years. Him and
Vince pushed them good at first, but then he kind of forgot about them.
Right,
Triple H took over
because the Usos.
Nate, for a full calendar year, he had them get belted ass by the Usos for a full calendar.
I was about to say,
but there was good matches though. Them matches cooked. Well, not the SummerSlam. The Money in the Bank match was
and the Tornado on SmackDown was cool.
The SummerSlam one had Jeff Jarrett for no reason.
Yeah, that shit was.
And then they did double count out or something like that. I was there. I was like, what the fuck?
So but I also want people to understand this. There's three tiers to NXT talent when they move up to the main roster, and I'll give perfect examples for all of them. So tier 1 is the guys that come up and make the immediate impact. Braun Breaker. Tier 2 is guys that when they come up, they struggle for a little bit to find their footing, and then when they finally get their footing, they're okay. Karrion Kross. People don't like that, but Karrion Kross. And then there's the tier 3, which is Tegan Knox. Just
okay.
We're done.
So speaking of it, so I have a question for you. How do we feel about Carmelo Hayes right now?
Oh God! Oh Lord! Oh God! Go ahead, Lewis. Go ahead, Lewis.
Y'all go first.
Go ahead.
I'm here. Let me turn off my fan. I think it's fucking my audio. G, I know we've had our conversations about Melo. I would like chat to know. I am not blaming Carmelo Hayes. I still think he will be fine. I still think my man's is gonna main event Mania, and all this blame I'm about to put on is not on Carmelo Hayes. He just so happens to be the guy booked. Yeah, they're fucking ruining him. You know why they're ruining him? I want y'all to go look on Wikipedia, the 2024 WWE draft. I want you to look at where Carmelo Hayes is drafted. Number 1 overall pick, Bianca Belair. Number 2 overall pick, Jey Uso. Number 3 overall pick, Carmelo. Not Seth Rollins, not Braun Breaker, not Ilya coming off of one of the most dominant NXT title reigns of all time. Not any of these guys. It was Carmelo Hayes. I am not saying Melo was trash. I love Melo. I've been one of his biggest supporters. But the man, to how WWE has presented him and tried to push him, Carmelo Hayes has not exceeded the expectations WWE wanted him to meet. And I feel like it's not because of his talent. I feel like it's because where he was placed in the draft. Because if you're telling me he's number 3 overall pick, you're telling me without telling me that he needs to have the Finn Balor impact in 2016 because Finn Balor was the number 4 overall pick. And I'm not saying Melo needed to be world champion. I'm not saying he needed to be U.S. champion, but the dude can barely get the crowd to say his fucking name. And that's struggling with the number 3 overall pick because you know who was the pick after him? Seth fucking Rollins. That was the pick after him.
You know what they should have did?
And you know who was ahead of bro? Look at, bro. I'm gonna name you the names that were drafted after Melo because I got it right here. Seth Rollins, Randy Orton, who just came back, who's still come from his comeback. Braun Breaker.
Tragic.
And that's
Braun Breaker. They took Braun. Even though Braun was technically signed to SmackDown, they said, "Yeah, we'll take Melo." Raw had a chance, SmackDown had a chance to keep Braun Breaker. They said, "Nah, we'll let Melo," and they let Raw take Braun Breaker, Nia Jax, Liv Morgan, LA Knight.
It's tragic.
Tragic. Ricochet. Okay. The Bloodline. Granted, this did not have Roman Reigns, but still the Bloodline. Sheamus. AJ Styles. You're telling me you picked Carmelo Hayes before AJ Styles.
Tragic.
Now, I got big plans for you.
And then
You better be.
And then now
Alpha
having competitive matches with Akira Tozawa.
Now don't get me wrong.
The
Again,
same person
I
who got squashed by Rhea Ripley.
Again, I would like to reiterate. I am not slandering Melo. I still think he will be fine. What is failing him right now is not the talent he possesses. It's the talent that it's the booking that Triple H is putting on this man. If you're drafting somebody number 3 overall from NXT, of that matter, you need to have a plan for them immediately. That's the number 3 overall pick from NXT. If you're drafting somebody from NXT, you're telling me that you're seeing some serious generational shit that you need to capitalize on. And the first week was fine. The feud with Cody, whatever. That was whatever. His biggest win so far has been a roll up on Randy Orton when Randy Orton was distracted. That's his biggest win so far. And he had the best of 7 with Andrade, was cool, but he was the one that ended up taking the pin in that triple threat at Saudi Arabia. So again, my issue is not with Melo's talent. The issue is how you're booking Melo and how you try to hype him up. You put expectations on him that he was not going to reach with this level of booking. He wasn't. If you were drafting him number 3 overall, you might as well have thrown the United States Championship on him.
So
I'm a wait.
This is how people get fucked up in the draft system. We gotta
respond because I already know the comments.
But the draft doesn't really mean anything. It's not a real draft. I mean, it's all scripted. It's all scripted, Lewis. It's just a draft. It's not a real draft.
That's what I gotta say. What the fuck? Y'all the same motherfucker. First of all, I don't want to hear that fucking bullshit. Because aside from Bianca, because she's worthy of number 1 overall pick, but we know like it's one of those things you have to see what she's doing. She was helping Jade, so that's whatever. The number 2 overall pick is Jey Uso. Where the fuck is Jey Uso right now, guys? In the main event of fucking WrestleMania. He's the Royal Rumble winner. They capitalized on the number 2 overall pick. They did.
Okay, so
what the fuck?
So I want a quick clarification, and then I'll get into my point. And Coach Mark said it. Was AJ supposed to be in a feud with Melo before he got hurt?
I believe so.
Okay.
I believe so.
So even though that's not an excuse, I do think that kind of changed things. Now, here's what I'm going to say about Carmelo Hayes. I get it's not what we wanted. I get we know his potential, what he could have been, and this is just mid card. Like I think he could have been a great U.S. champ already.
Cook it.
But I feel like, and I usually don't do this, so I'm gonna sound like a hypocrite. I usually don't do this.
Are you about to say some shit I didn't think you say?
I think we should just let it play out. I'm gonna sound like a hypocrite. I'm telling y'all right now, I'm sounding like a hypocrite because I usually don't say that.
I agree.
Right? But me personally, I actually think he's fine. And here's why. I mean,
he's fine, but
yeah, overall he's fine.
But
is if this was anybody else, like
right, and
they're cooked.
And that's why I'm saying
Okay.
I think he's fine because he's still. I think the character that they're trying to portray is he's the overconfident, overcocky rookie.
Right.
And what let me know that, okay, maybe this was intentional. Like, well, obviously intentional, but maybe this is going to be part of a story. When Tozawa came out and he beat him, and he did the whole Barry thing, WWE as of late keeps calling out the internet.
Yo.
Angelo Dawkins did it. Michael Cole did it when Alexa Bliss came out.
We thought she wasn't coming back.
We talk about Triple H's ego.
He always does it in the press conferences too.
Always. So we talk about his ego. I think all of this is part of the plan. And Triple H, we know, sometimes to his detriment, but we know Triple H loves the slow burn, long storytelling.
So he
wants to do it with everything, right?
So do you think Triple H just be doing shit?
I think Triple H, his plan for Melo was, yeah, you're going to lose a little bit, or you're going to lose a good amount. You're going to have great matches with like the bigger names, but you're going to lose to start out. And then you're going to have a run. Like, I think Shinsuke, I don't know what you're
Charles,
doing.
look at Wikipedia, dumbass. Look at Wikipedia.
I don't know what Shinsuke's doing. Put that shit in a ladder match. At Mania, please put it in a ladder match.
I forgot.
You know what Shinsuke's been
champion?
doing? And you know what Shinsuke's been doing, Nate? You know what he's been doing for about a month now?
What?
Walking in the background of other people's promos.
Is that our boy Cam? That might be our boy Cam. He got beef with you, G.
Big Back?
He got beef with me.
He might, yeah. Cam Big Back might have beef with you.
Why he got beef with me? What'd I do?
He hates your takes.
Oh, that's nothing new,
but
how did he get in here?
Is that
I don't know.
Because I sent the link to our Instagram chat, but not for him to get it. It was for me to get it on my laptop.
Oh, okay.
But he's Cam. We talk about Melo. How do you feel about Melo's booking?
It hasn't.
Camera, bro.
Get your fucking camera on.
Come on, Big Back.
Know the fucking rules, asshole.
Is this Cam?
Yeah, it is Cam. Yeah.
All right, let me get in position to get my camera on. Then hold on.
Specifically, he hates your takes about Bret Hart, which we will talk about later.
Oh Lord.
Oh
Lord.
But no, I get what you're saying. Like I agree with
I think
you. Let it play out.
Let it play out. I think we're gonna look back. I think we're gonna look back at this beginning run and be like, wow, Melo, it was all part of the plan. Melo's perfectly fine. This was because, like, realistically, as a rookie, he shouldn't be beating Damian Priest. He shouldn't be beating LA Knight. That Andrade, oh my gosh, the Andrade series is where I feel like they took a misstep. That shouldn't have ended in a DQ. He should have just
won. That was stupid. He
should have just won it. And I get they were setting up the triple threat, but just let him win it. Like, you could have had the triple threat for the U.S. title regardless, because LA Knight and Andrade had beef.
Yeah.
So all he had to do was win that. Like, that I feel is, to me, I feel like that's Melo's only misstep. He should have just won the 7-match series. Like, I don't know why they love doing that. Even though the bar was great, just pick a winner.
Yeah.
Like, just pick a winner. What's the point of having 7 straight matches? Obviously, there's only so much you can do differently in 7 straight matches.
So the only concern I have, like I said, it's not against Melo, and I still believe with the way how they try to portray him, like he hasn't met expectations, but it's not on him. But the worry I have is you can't keep doing this with NXT talent. Like, I know people say the draft don't matter, but in hindsight, when you're looking at shit, the draft do matter, because some of these draft picks, like the 2 draft picks ahead of Melo, they hit for what they were supposed to do this year. Melo hasn't. So my concern is, if you're gonna put an NXT talent in the position you're putting Carmelo Hayes in, you have to do something with them. Like, imagine if they had Obafemi in this spot for 2025, because he's NXT champion. But if they had Obafemi, hypothetically, and they did the booking with him, people would say Obafemi is underwhelming.
Right.
Like,
and
that's my concern going forward. So it's not typically with Melo, it's just the booking about NXT talent.
Well, I'm gonna bring you back to a conversation we had, Lewis, about, well, basically before he got drafted, so about a year or so ago. We always felt Melo's babyface run was very underwhelming because he's not a good babyface. It is what it is. He wasn't a good babyface. The double turn at the time was cool, but then it wasn't good. So Melo serves best as a heel. We said when he came up, right? The reason why we felt Braun Breaker might be a more immediate impact because Braun Breaker is just physically imposing. Once Braun Breaker turned heel, I was like, we found something.
Ooh.
Good job. We found something.
It was up from there.
It was up, right? This is the Braun Breaker we should have got. Carmelo, because he already, even though he's physically appealing, he's not dominant, right? And he's going into a world now where everybody looks like that and pretty much are bigger than you. Like you got to go against the Drews, the Seth Rollins, the Punks, all these guys that are pretty much, if not the same stature, bigger. So we knew it was gonna be a minute. That's why, like, Braun Breaker should be a main eventer to me. But cool, give him that little IC title. That's fine. Book him better, but that's fine. So we knew it was gonna be a minute. Yeah. I think what he's doing now, even though he got drafted where he was, this is what we should have expected. Again, the only thing I think they misstepped was losing that or going to a draw for that 7-match series. I think he should have won that. I think he should have been the one to beat LA Knight because if you were just going to give it to a Shock Shinsuke win, you could have given it to Carmelo. And Carmelo didn't even have to hold it long. If you wanted to give it back to LA Knight, I would have been fine with that.
I'm just concerned when you're booking them because to me, on paper, the way you were booking Ilya, that's somebody who to me was capable for number 3 overall pick, considering how you were booking him. Because Ilya, before he got hurt, was a focal point of the product. Like he came in, was immediately cooking. Melo, even on a weaker roster, it's like they drafted him and they didn't know what the fuck to do with him. They don't know where he fits. And that's just my overall concern is okay, if you're doing this with Melo, who was coming off one of the greatest fucking NXT runs we've ever seen, then there's more concern with, okay, what's the handling with Trick going to be like? What's the handling with Obafemi eventually when he jumps up? What's the handling with Ethan Page? Like, that's just my concern.
They drafted Melo number 3 overall because they wanted fans to see him right away as a big time player. That's why they drafted him number 3 overall. They wanted to see him They wanted fans to see him right away as a big time player. And the thing that I hate that they did this, I understand why they did this, but I hate it. I hate that they broke up Trick and Melo before they got the chance to come up to the main roster together. Because I think Melo and Trick on the main roster coming up together, I think that would have been the best way for them. And I think it's painfully obvious now that both men need each other. Carmelo needs Trick and Trick needs Melo. And I would like to see a storyline conducted sometime this year where Melo and Trick, I know they had like a blood feud last year where like Melo turned on Trick this time third. But this is wrestling. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn don't feud it time and time again. Kevin Owens has turned on Sami Zayn like
he just turned on him.
Honestly, I would love if they put Trick with Melo together, Trick and Melo together, because those are two. These are 2 young guys. Most importantly, 2 very young guys. 2 guys that can get over their own way. Melo in ring, Trick on the mic, and you get more depth within your tag division, and then eventually you can break them up and do what the fuck.
And honestly, with the story they're telling with Trick, that seems to be the direction that should be.
But here's my only fear.
Oh shit!
Even though it's gotten better, I don't trust it. They're gonna be stuck in that tag team vortex to do. That's what I'm scared of.
Yeah. That's not bad. It's not a bad concern. That's not a bad concern.
Bad concern. Yeah,
that's not a bad concern.
Because they have such a lack of depth, right? You can't have a team of 2 not be somewhere in the tag. I mean, shit. The New Bloodline won the tag titles, and they definitely don't need to be anywhere near it.
Yeah.
Right. Like, and granted, and that's the Bloodline. Like, that's the Bloodline. Their most important story. That's their Bullet Club. So if they can be stuck in that tag team vortex, Trick and Melo, even though they shouldn't be, they're going to be stuck in that tag team vortex. And that's my fear because DIY gets no reactions. Motor City's reactions are starting to die down. Pretty Deadly starting to be on the come up, and Street Profits just turned heel. So that, I pray, gives them the juice they need.
I hope Triple H sucks, though, right now.
I mean, he didn't inconsistent fraud.
He does suck. I agree. He does suck.
He's being a bum right now.
He's an inconsistent. That's what he do. He knows how to book certain things, and then he lacks in certain areas.
That main event is he's a god in that main event. But then
when the main event scene,
when it comes, but when it comes to the women, when it comes to the tag teams,
that boy,
and the mid card, he's great in the mid card. He's great with the men's mid card. He can book his ass off in the men's mid card. But when it comes to them tag teams,
when he wants to,
and it comes to the
women's,
women's,
he has the right person. He might be good in the mid card. He got the right person.
But that's just my concern.
The Shinsuke win wouldn't have been bad if they did something. He didn't follow up on it.
Yeah,
at the time it wasn't bad. He just
because he had this new character. He had a new character and everything, bro.
The Shinsuke win was bad. The Shinsuke win was bad, and I told people from the beginning when they brought back to television and they gave that man a new coat of paint and everything. I sat there and told people, I don't know why y'all excited. I don't know why y'all fall for this shit with Nakamura every fucking year. They gonna give him a new intro. They gonna give him a new. They gonna push him for like a month to 3 months, and then after that he gonna be right back in Cater doing absolutely.
It's crazy.
I don't know.
Let me look up if Shinsuke is injured first before we keep.
It's like when I say this,
bro, he had a match. He had a match in Japan. He had a match in Japan earlier this year. Did he not? Did he not go to nowhere or some shit?
Okay. When I say the same thing, G Baby calls me the biggest hater on the earth.
No.
Biggest hater on the earth.
I'm not gonna put. I'm not gonna say. No. I'm not. No. I'm not gonna put Trent on blast for why I call him the biggest hater because it's a lot deeper than that. But when it comes to Shinsuke specifically, again, the moment was fine because we thought, okay, you introduced this new character. There's a few that can come out of that. We can keep going. He's been walking around other people's backstage segments with that title in his hand for a month and a half.
We're in 2025. What can you do with Shinsuke Nakamura?
He can still put on great matches.
Yes,
he can.
Why y'all keep on? I don't know why.
You know who can put on great matches too, G Baby? You know who can put on phenomenal matches? Ricochet.
And they were telling a good story with him before he left.
Like
Ricochet, were they not?
Ricochet just beat Swerve, I think.
Before the third time, bro. We done seen it 3 times. 2018, he gets called up. They booked him very well. He wins the Royal. He goes on to WrestleMania, loses. He then proceeds to get kicked and he then proceeds to lose to AJ Styles on 4 straight pay-per-views. That's the end of Nakamura. They then turned him babyface in 2021. And that gauntlet match, we're like, yeah, man, they're gonna get behind him now. We serious about this now. They're gonna get behind him. They put the IC title on.
They do shit with that belt.
Hey, what can you do with him?
And they don't do shit with him. He don't do shit with the IC title. He drops it. Then last year, Triple H finally gets into power.
Would y'all be angry if I said Shinsuke speaks perfect English?
Yeah, come on, Triple H, save Nakamura. Come on, save him.
I said, would y'all be angry if you found out Shinsuke outside of the ring speaks perfect English?
I found that out in the documentary and it pissed me off.
Are you serious?
Wait, he does?
He speaks perfect English.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that's real.
He obviously has the accent, obviously.
Yeah, but Shinsuke
he can speak English fine.
Shinsuke speaks perfect English. It pissed me
off. English fine.
I found that out years ago. And I was like, all right, Vince, you're a bitch for that. Because no way, you're intentionally telling
me. You never knew that?
Yeah.
No.
Perfect
English. Me no speak English.
Bro, he
speaks word. What?
But no, he speaks English.
Like, he has an accent, but it's nowhere near like
it's not
as bad as they make it seem, bro.
They're trying to make it seem
I found that out.
They're trying to make it seem like he's Oscar. He's not Oscar. He's not.
Yeah, bro. I found that
so you telling me this nigga could have been cutting good promos in English for years?
Word.
He could cut promos. Yes, he can cut. Yes, he can cut promos. Yes.
Yeah. So
no, we went through all this subtitle
good
shit.
promos. I don't know.
Which wasn't bad.
Promos.
It wasn't bad.
It
wasn't bad.
You talking about
the tell me this nigga could have just went out there and.
Yeah, Shinsuke speaks English,
he speaks fine English.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. But like, it's just
you see him on these 2K interviews. Yeah,
it's just to the point, G baby. It's like I took when somebody will get we see a surprising title change. It's gonna be great for the moment, but what are you gonna do after, bro? Like,
I mean, genuinely, I didn't think he was gonna be walking around in other people's backstage promos because SmackDown actually had a mid card. Like they had Andrade, they had LA Knight, Carmelo. Who else was? Granted it's Santos, but Santos was there. Like they had
That's
somewhat
smart.
of a mid card, and they are real good about throwing Rey Mysterio for a match for that United States title anytime they want. I'm just saying, bro. I didn't think he wasn't.
But I'm
have
talking
a
about
match
I'm talking about something compelling to where it makes it good with Shinsuke. Like not just a bunch of like just
honestly, I genuinely thought what's it called? He was gonna like either LA Knight was gonna get it back or Andrade was gonna get a turn with it. I thought they were gonna have like a 4-way vortex for that US title. Like I didn't think anybody was gonna have a long reign, but I thought you could have told stories with it. Like my thing is, bro, even if you say he's washed, cooked, or whatever, which I know we didn't talk about all the releases, but this is kind of a thing with them too. I know we kind of thought, wash, cook, whatever, but especially with how forgiving and patient the live crowds are nowadays, as opposed to 3-4 years ago. You give them a story to tell on TV, they're gonna be invested. The old like Pure Fusion Collective, you couldn't get invested in them to save your life.
Hey, Nate. For the Shinsuke interview, a full-length 8-minute video. Go to Gorilla Position where they interviewed him 6 years ago, and watch that later. You're gonna be mad as fuck.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
really?
Yeah, yeah, I found
really
because what it was 6 years ago, right? Yeah.
You gonna be mad as shit, bro.
Yeah, bro. I found that out, and I was like, wow, you guys are fucking assholes.
And I asked y'all with Nakamura, why are y'all shocked that the man's character is presented as something that cannot speak English?
I'm not shocked. It's just kind of like, dang.
What they do with Asian talent, they can't speak English. This is what they do with Asian talent. They either can't speak English or they get turned into comedy characters. I don't know why
I'm
y'all
not shocked. It's not that I'm shocked that they did that. It's shocked that he actually spoke perfect English.
Yeah, I gotta see that.
I didn't know that.
I gotta see that.
No. I found out years ago. I've known for years.
Yes,
I've been known for years. I saw him up, down, with like.
So my wrestling style.
Yeah, who got a May? I think you got a.
This nigga can speak clear English.
Oh wait, that's talking right now. Wait, whoa.
TV said me don't speak English.
No, play it again.
Oh wait. I think you can share. It's Gorilla Position, so we wouldn't get copyright. It's not WWE, so I think you can put it on screen and we can react to it.
Wait, can we? On YouTube?
So. I believe. Yeah, Gorilla Position's on YouTube. Yeah.
Come on, say it. Play it again.
That boy speaks perfect English, bro.
Cause I don't hear it right now.
Oh wait, Nate stopped it.
Oh, you want me to play it? Y'all's talking to me.
Yeah. If you can.
So now I feel like he need to show my real emotion.
Bro, we can speak. Yeah, that's
And how you
Bro, this nigga can speak English, bro.
He could. You could. Bro. My man's can speak clear English.
Shout out Gorilla Position.
And they said, "No, motherfucker, cut that shit out."
Bro, like every time I think that he could speak clear English, I always remember when he was fighting with AJ Styles, and they were getting ready for I think the Money in the Bank match.
Yo,
and the whole time he was just last man standing, and I'm like, bro, y'all could have had him cut an actual promo, but they limited him because they're trying to make it seem like he couldn't talk. Like, come on, bro. But I look, I'm not tripping on Shinsuke. Like, I get it. It is what it is. Like, I'm not even really shocked. It's just like, again, at least try. Like, if, for example, I'm gonna give a perfect example. When Pure Fusion first came up, and remember, we was like, oh, Sonya might have actually saved this group. Oh, like, who knew Sonya's what they needed? What did they do the next week? Lost.
Yeah, they lost
relatively quickly. Like, you're not even trying at that point. You killed them right
Damn, that
there.
sounds like Bobby Street Profits when Carlito soloed them.
Bro, yes, like, bro.
Wait, what he say? What he say?
When Carlito soloed the Pride?
Yeah, shut up.
But even then,
that's my brother, man.
But even with that, I was like, okay, this is gonna make the Street Profits actually be heel. And what did they do?
What you mean? They feuded.
Oh my gosh!
What you mean?
I hate that so much.
They feuded with Final Testament, bro. What you mean?
The goat.
And
They feuded with the
everybody in
goat.
that faction outside of Scarlet and Karrion Kross is now going.
Hey, I
That's
love the
crazy,
Karrion Kross praise, man. Keep it going, bro.
Hell yeah.
I was on
Go
the
ahead.
front
Are you a
lines
Karrion
defending
Kross
this
believer
man.
now, Trent?
Come
I'm
on,
still
bro.
not
Lie
fucking-
right
Join
now,
us.
Trent.
Join us.
Lie.
Join us.
Lie.
Join us.
I'm not.
And you know I've been defending Karrion
Look,
Kross.
I've been
But
defending
look,
him since
but
he
look.
was re-signed back with a company.
look,
Word,
look,
word.
This is what I'll
I've been-
say. They are doing a way better job. So I'll give y'all that. I'm
he's
still not hooked and believe. I'm 50-50 though.
But wait, he's been doing the same thing since he got back. He's the heel maker.
No. I feel like it's. I feel like it's.
Maker.
Nah, all right. So when he
Everybody he's feud with since he came back has turned heel.
all right, so when he feuds
I'm
with,
saying, that's what
when
I'm
he-
saying. It's
all right,
adding
so
up,
when he
though.
feuds
It's
with
adding
Cody,
up.
don't say nothing. When he feuds with Cody, don't say
Bro,
nothing.
he about to get Sammy. After
he did.
Sammy's done with Kevin, Sammy's turning heel.
I mean, hey.
And when this draft comes and
He said
he gets
change
his
the
hands
name
on
to
Cody,
NPC.
bro, don't say nothing. When he feuds with Cody and with
Yo, he
this
said
draft shit,
change
Bro.
the name to NPC.
go feud with Cody, bro. Homelander.
That's
Telling
crazy.
you.
Free Cody.
No,
Free
Karrion gonna
Free
feud with Cody. Cody gonna beat him. Then Cody
No,
gonna lose to
he's
Drew,
not- he's
and
not
it's
gonna
gonna start
feud-
the heel.
He's not gonna feud with Cody. He's just gonna have a
It's
couple.
gonna be in his
backstage
ear.
segments.
He's gonna
He's
have a
gonna
he's gonna have
talk
a
in his ear.
conversation.
He's gonna talk to him. Like what the Miz did with Cody Rhodes should have been Karrion Kross.
Hey, wait, you know who Karrion
What
Kross
the Miz
is?
did with Karrion Kross?
Hey, you know who Karrion Kross is? Y'all know that guy? Y'all know that meme where the guy's standing there like, hold on, where the guy's standing there like this? That's Karrion in the back. Like he's just looking
Oh, you talking about the suit on?
Yeah, with the suit on, you know what I'm talking about? With the whole dude with the glass? Hold on, let me try to
Bro,
find it.
bro.
That's
speaking about-
Karrion, bro. He's
Speaking
scoping the
about
comp.
stuff, bro, and because I know we talked about what happened with Carmelo Hayes, and I kind of knew this was going to happen, but can we talk about the Wyatt Six? And it's not going to go anywhere.
Bro.
I
Is this
tried
full of
to
jabronis?
people that.
Whoa.
I'm
Wait,
not.
wait, what?
I tried.
Wait, what did you say? What did you say?
I said, can we talk about the Wyatt Six not working out because it's mad jabronis on
That's
the
their
roster?
fault. That's Triple H's
I feel like
fault.
they sold it.
They were
I feel like they sold it, but it's like,
bro, that loss to Final Testament and the fact they didn't get their lick back. Triple H, you fucking fraud. You
I
fucking
couldn't
fraud.
find. I couldn't
You
find
fucking
the meme.
fraud.
I couldn't find the meme, but this is this is way better than what the fuck I was trying to find.
So aren't they still supposed
Here's
to be
what the-
feuding with the Miz though?
No, I don't know. I
Because
think
the
they're just-
Miz's first promo was you moved me to SmackDown with the Wyatts.
Bro, that's Karrion Kross, bro. He's Shannon Sharp, bro. He backstage. He's like, what y'all doing, bro?
Electra Lopez just got released.
That's not.
I mean,
Damn,
it's
so
not
they
surprising.
still going?
Yeah, they still going.
She was just on SmackDown.
Yeah, that's why I said it's
Damn.
surprising because she was just on SmackDown. But like, okay, actually, since we just brought that up, I want to have a
They
genuine.
still
conversation.
going, bro.
I want to have a genuine conversations about these releases, and I'm gonna make sure I'm clear and concise because I know how y'all like to twist words, and I know how y'all like how y'all don't
I'm
like
just
to twist.
upset because I know not upset about them, the talent, but we've been saying for months on the pod that WWE needs depth, and you're getting rid of so much.
Okay, so let's
Yeah.
have a genuine conversation about that.
All right, let's go ahead.
So when I say this, we obviously everybody up here never
Probably more
wants
coming.
anybody. There is going to be more coming. Everybody up here never wants anybody to lose their job. In a perfect world, we would have everybody, even if they're not main eventers, just everybody doing something and be invested in that story. You can be a jobber, but we want to be invested in you being a jobber, right? We want it to be funny at the very least, something like that. So we never want anybody to lose their jobs, okay? That's the first thing. Now, with that being said, and we got out because, again, nobody wants anybody to lose their jobs. At the end of the day, this is a business that even though it is scripted, and yes, you control how people get booked, they're also a business that is based on pleasing fans. You're not going to please everybody, but you're a business that is based on if a crowd reacts to you or not. If you are not getting reactions, right? If you are not getting reactions, it is more likely that they will not want to put you out on TV and replace you with somebody who will get reactions. Hold on. So what my overall point to that would be, right? When these people get released, yes, it's sad, it's unfortunate, but other than Duke Hudson,
that's bad. That's fucked up.
That one is
like stupid as fuck. Like
stupid.
Come on, bro.
Right? Because if he was gonna get released, It would have happened before Chase U.
Way before.
But it before Chase U. Chase U.
Hey, but shout out to what he's doing now. Do y'all see his Instagram post?
What he doing?
He's got a little series of like wrestling with identity. It's like it's him basically like he's trying to get out like it's him in black versus him in white, and he's interviewing himself, and he's trying to get him in black is trying to get him in white to kind of like say all this shit about WWE, like, oh, like you must feel like terrible about it. And he's like, well, I can still feel happy for people and still feel bad for myself. It's really good. It's really good, and I honestly hope.
I gotta be on that.
And shout out to Duke Hudson for that. But other than Duke Hudson, if I'm not mistaken, right, Sonya got released. Pure Fusion Collective. We know how we feel about them on this show. Blair got released, even though it's unfortunate.
Hold on, let him
finish.
Sonya wasn't doing anything. I mean, Pure Fusion wasn't doing anything. Blair, unfortunately, wasn't doing anything.
Yeah.
Isla Dawn, we ain't seen a Holy Union in months. Wasn't doing anything. Gallows and Anderson, I forgot they were employed.
Yeah.
I forgot they were.
The only other one that upsets me a little is Cedric, considering that they were using him a lot to further Javon Evans.
But he was a contract expiration, so contract expiration and releasing you are a little bit different because Cedric could have easily said, "I don't want to resign because I know this is my ceiling." So that could have been the case. My overall point is when people get released and they're not doing anything, I can't stand personally the fake outrage people want to have because y'all were not capable for these people when 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. It's kind of like if everybody loves you when they're gone, but everybody hates you while you're here. Not a soul was capable for any single one of these people when they were here.
This is Triple H. This isn't Vince. Look at the names y'all naming. Talk about Ilya Dragunov and Jada Parker. You'll crash out. Do you really fucking think he gonna release them?
Come on,
guys.
We're talking about jobbers.
I got some.
Go ahead, Cam. Go ahead.
I got something to say about that. What you just said about Isla, about Blair and Gio in particular, son third. I understand. I understand calling people up, giving them opportunities, and sometimes it just doesn't work. Sometimes it just doesn't. I cannot give you Sonya shocked me. She's on TV every week, even though Pure Fusion Collective, they're by far my favorite acting company. They were on TV every week, so the Sonya one kind of shocked me. Cedric kind of shocked me because he had been there forever. But Isla Dawn also shocked me because she's kind of been a regular performer on television too. But I cannot give you Blair Davenport and Giovanni Vinci. I cannot give you those two when those two were never even given a chance. They were not given that much of a chance. I cannot. Giovanni Gio, he got caught up with Imperium. They put Imperium back together. That's great. I love that they put Imperium back together. That's great. They broke up Imperium, which I still don't understand outside of the fact that they wanted to get the Ludwig.
No. That's not why. That's not why.
I don't understand they broke
That's
up.
not why.
Imperium. I
can tell you why.
In particular,
buddy.
Why WrestleMania 40? You had a
trend. This probably about to get nasty to the motherfucker.
We know why he got cut.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
We know.
Cam, we know why they got rid of Giovanni Vinci. He made it past at Tiffany, knowing while he was in Imperium, knowing he's with Ludwig Kaiser, and Gunther and Ludwig did not like that. That's why Giovanni got cut.
Fine. Okay, fine. Giovanni Vinci, okay, fine. But Blair Davenport in particular. Look, I'm not saying Blair Davenport could have been on the level of Bianca Belair or Tiffany Stratton. I'm not saying she could have been one of those top women. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying with Blair Davenport is, I think Blair Davenport is very, very talented. She's a very, very good worker. She's a very, very good wrestler. And from what she did in NXT, I was impressed with her and her character work this on the third. They call her up from NXT, and they don't do anything with it. She's on TV 6 times. And it's not like she's on TV weekly. She's on TV a month here, a month here, a month here, a month here. They don't do shit with her. And then they release her, which I don't understand. You have a women's mid-card. You have 2 women's mid-card titles now, which I hate that they brought in because I had issues concerning that anyway. That the women's division, you didn't have a deep enough division to do that. Anyway, they brought in the women's, women's mid-card titles.
I have a rebuttal to that. So I think G, Trent, you guys can help me more on the sports side on this one. It's very similar to just to the draft. Like you have to cut people because you see there's better potential to fill in those roles. So with Blair, it's they're looking at Blair. They're like, okay, Blair might be solid, but when you look at the talent in NXT that you have, like for example, right when I know there was a lot of trouble with Stephon Diggs and the
Then
Vikings,
don't.
but when they traded Diggs, they got
Then
Justin
don't.
Jefferson because they saw potential that he could potentially fill that spot. So there's holes to
Then
fill.
don't call.
Blair might be solid, but there's people in NXT that could elevate and do way better than Blair.
Then don't call her up. Then don't call her up. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel about Blair Davenport when she's in NXT. You don't have a plan. When she's in NXT, she's getting ready to make the call up. You don't have a solid plan for her. You don't have a solid plan for her. If you don't have anything for her while she's in NXT, do what they did with Duke Hudson. With Triple H, that Duke Hudson.
Well, with the way how NXT is now, I don't even think she'd be on TV for NXT.
But again, if you don't have anything for these women, let them go. If you don't have anything for these women, don't call them up. I'm tired of people getting called up from NXT without having a solid plan. I'm tired of it. Blair Davenport, again, I'm not saying Blair Davenport could have been on the level of a Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch. I'm not saying that. But the fact that you have 2 women's mid-card titles now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. At least I see you can't like she didn't even get a chance, bro. Like
I understand. I understand she didn't get a chance, but
she was never.
But my thing is, right, is at the time, because people keep talking about the NXT Women's North American title, that was nowhere near in sight when Blair was there. My thing is, in that time frame, she plateaued in NXT. There was nothing else she can do. She wasn't winning the women's championship. She feuded with all the people that she had a feud with. So I understand why they called her up. I understand that sometimes people get called up without a plan. I hate it, but it is what it is. Sometimes you have to get rid of people to make space for the next person. Like when Blair was space for fucking Julia, Stephanie, and Zarya and all these other women that are coming in. Like she's part of that space. So I understand, but it's a lose-lose situation because you can't keep people in NXT for however long you want to keep them there. You can't, because you still have a whole class you have to develop. Like it is what that's the unfortunate thing with NXT. Blair, when she was there, already plateaued. She won the Iron Survivor challenge. She got her shot, and that was that. She wasn't winning. And I know people keep talking about the North American Championship, but it was nowhere near. She was like it wasn't made. So
that got caught up a month. That got created a month before she got caught up, though.
Did
what? Who?
Yeah.
What got created?
That NXT North American Women's Championship got created a month before she got caught up.
I mean,
she got
all right, but even then, all right. So I'll give you that. But even then, looking at that landscape with
that was used to elevate a bunch.
Yeah, it's used to like they're looking at the superstars that they're building for their future that they saw, and it's very clear that we saw Kalani Jordan is a major part of what they're trying to build. So Ruka is a major part of what they're trying to build. So they're looking at that. It's very clear that Blair wasn't somebody that they were gonna truly invest in. So I understand people's frustrations, but we can look in NXT right now who WWE wants to invest in and who they don't. We know who's a body and who's not a body.
Again, I don't understand. Again, I get what you're coming from. I do. But
some people are just there for depth, and they just don't need her depth anymore.
Well, I mean, they gotta use the depth. I will agree that they actually have to use the depth.
I agree.
That's why I say, like, for example, I'm what's it called? I was upset that and sorry, real quick, chat. I'm sorry. I have your super chats pinned. We're gonna get to it. I was trying to let the conversation flow, but I feel like yes, once you bring them up, you actually have to use the depth. I will agree with that. Right, I agree. But we can argue all about what they should have done and what they could have done. But if we just talk about what is, they didn't release anybody other than Duke and Sonya to an extent. They didn't really release anybody that was really. And I don't want to. It sounds so harsh when you say it out loud, but like realistically, what were they? They didn't really release anybody other than them two I named that was actually doing something, that was actually contributing, adding. Like, let me say that now. You can argue whether or not they should or shouldn't. We can do all that. We can do all that for everybody. There's a bunch of people that left the company that are still in the company shoot. How long was I a Finn Balor advocate? I can argue all day about what they should have done.
I agree.
But it is what it is. What you are right now. But again, nobody wants them to lose their job. We can argue about what they should have done, who they should have called up, how they should have handled them. But them getting released and the fake outrage that I see about it when y'all didn't give two shits about them 2 weeks ago.
At the end of the day, I think everybody that got released, I think they'll be fine. I think they won't have an issue.
I think everybody's fine. Once you have WWE attached to your name, you'll be all right.
In particular with Blair Davenport, here's my pitch. And I know a lot of people don't like this, but I really don't care. Blair Davenport, you got two friends over there in AEW that love you, and Tony Storm and Jamie Hayter. That women's division, I don't think she could be a future AEW Women's Champion or anything, but I think she could be a solid contributor on that roster. If I'm Tony Khan, I would give her a call. And Jamie Hayter hasn't been doing shit on TV since she got back. Maybe you can do Bea Priestley and Jamie Hayter. Again, the two of them, they are legit best friends. The one thing that might kind of derail that is Will Ospreay, because obviously Bea Priestley and Will Ospreay used to be an item. I don't know how things ended between the two of them. I don't know if they're cordial. I don't know if they're cordial with each other, comfortable being in the same room or together. What? I don't know what the case is there. But if they are, if I'm Tony Khan, I would give her a call because I think she could help out with the women's division. And again, Jamie Hayter has been doing a whole lot of nothing. I would like to see a Bea Priestley Jamie Hayter feud. They're best friends, work together all. They're best friends.
If I'm being honest, if I'm being 100% honest, I don't know if AEW is the first person I'd answer. And the reason why, I was about to say, I'm going to TNA. And here's why. And it's not even just about the partnership because you could still, like the fact they have a partnership actually kind of works out because you might get released, but like you can still kind of get that little WWE rub. Here's the thing though, when it comes to AEW, right? When it comes to the women's division, at one point, Thunder Rosa was their biggest star. What is she doing? At one point, Jamie Hayter was their biggest star. What is she doing? At one point, Britt Baker was the face of that division.
It's Cam's favorite woman, by the way.
What is she doing? They don't know how to sustain somebody's heat. Willow Nightingale was once had so much momentum. What is she doing? Who else that what's it called? I mean, y'all already know how I feel about that pandemic merchant, Hikaru Shida.
Hikaru Shida.
Y'all already know how I feel about her.
You called her a pandemic merchant.
Bro, she's a 3-time AEW Women's World Champion. For what?
Bro, you gotta be
Anyway, yeah, she's definitely a pandemic merchant.
That's a clip and a half. You're gonna make a mad with that one.
I mean, she is. I mean, all her best work was during that, and that's when Britt Baker wasn't
not
there.
Even on TV.
So they kind of you got hot, boom. The only person that they have somehow managed to consistently keep relevant is Mariah May, Tony Storm, and Mercedes No Pop Monet.
Jesus Christ!
Those are the only 3 people they have managed to keep relevant because Mercedes, she went on a stretch of like 5 straight like elite matches. I'm gonna give her that. She's doing big good work. It's just Tony Storm doing great work. Mariah May been doing great work, but when Mariah May loses that title, I fear.
You fear?
I fear Tony Storm. I think will be fine. I think they've kind of reestablished her as like, all right, maybe she's the face now. But like Jamie Hayter came back, nothing. Thunder Rosa came back. She damn near a jobber. Deonna Purrazzo was on that roster and feels unimportant. Let's go through this AEW women's roster. Yeah, Mariah May, Tony Storm, Mercedes Moné, Deonna Purrazzo, Thunder Rosa, Jamie Hayter, Britt Baker,
Willow.
Chris Statlander, Willow Nightingale. Bro, that right on paper, that roster is clearing the depth of WWE. Maybe not the top stars, but it's definitely clearing the depth.
Hey,
check your phone, G. Check your phone.
Hey, boy.
Nah.
I'm a straight man. I do these things.
But like, bro, that women's roster, depth wise, clears. Even like the lower, like the Anna Jays and the the Camille's, and like they clear. But once you kind of have your little run and you lose the title match, you're just kind of forgotten about. Like, bro, I totally forgot Deonna Purrazzo and Thunder Rosa had a feud.
Insane.
And it was
that should be elite. But let me get to these super chats before
it's on Collision. Oh, after that,
yeah, stop putting your. Oh my gosh.
After you read them super chats, can Nate get into his take and see?
Yes.
Oh Lord. Oh boy.
Nate got
some of these are from earlier, but from Random Guy Speaks. What's up, Random? People still hating on Jey Uso winning the Rumble only on the internet because they love him.
Only on the internet. It's not a real place.
Yeah, Charlotte winning the Rumble still ain't moving me. It's not moving nobody. She need to go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say nobody.
Tiffany whooping that ass, bro. We got faith, bro.
One more for the road. # support No Name Wrestling. Appreciate you, Random.
We're gonna get you on here one day, Random.
Yes. We need more crash outs.
My dad.
Oh yeah, Random is a crash out.
From Leaf Diggy, what's going on, man? Salute panel. Shout out everybody.
He said Malik Willis should start over Jordan Love. That's a crazy take.
That was a real take. I forgot about that. Internet's not a real place, guys. And then from New Era Wrestling with 10. Oh my gosh, $10. Appreciate you.
That's Riddell, bro.
What's going on, Riddell? I agree with G Baby, as everybody should. A lot of them weren't doing anything. Also, I do think the flourishing of NXT talent, addition of Evolve, and now the TNA deal, you got to make tough moves. Yes, I actually do kind of agree with that. Evolve, they've been doing that. It's just now it's going to be on TV, but Evolve has been a thing.
And now it's WWE Evolve now.
Yeah. So
on Tubi.
Yeah, on Tubi, which I'm not about to get a Tubi subscription for that. So
it's free.
I was gonna say you don't even need a subscription. Yeah, it's Tubi.
Free? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then okay.
Yeah, you think people actually pay for Tubi movies?
I don't know.
Yeah, you crazy. Yeah, you crazy.
I don't know. Everybody
is a motherfucker.
But because like Matt Riddle came from Evolve, right? There's been a bunch. I mean, the
A
highlight.
lot of people.
Austin Theory.
I was about to say the highlight.
Darby Allin was in Evolve for an episode.
The highlight.
No, they had some.
The highlight pack that they showed had like basically everybody that's in WWE. Right
yeah, no, some big names have come through Evolve.
A lot of people went to Evolve. A lot of the NXT champions from Black and Gold went down to Evolve. Like Adam Cole went down to Evolve to defend his title. You know, a lot of people did.
Yeah, so it's nice. I do think the TNA partnership is super important
because that's their pipeline. That's their next pipeline.
Yeah, that's literally their pipeline. Where is Scott D'Amore? Is he hired anywhere?
No, not yet.
That's a shame.
I'm really. No, I think he's got his own. Wait, doesn't he got his own promotion? Canadian. Yeah, he got his own little Canadian promotion.
But I'm really upset that TNA had this partnership without Scott D'Amore. I'm really upset that he didn't get to.
Oh, they'd be cooking so hard,
bro. I'm really upset that he doesn't get to reap the benefits of all the work he did.
Scott D'Amore, you wanna give us Josh Alexander? You know.
Hey, John. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I've never said this out loud, but I started paying attention to TNA because of Josh Alexander.
Did you see?
Josh Alexander's like that.
I tagged you the other day. Did you see it?
Oh yeah.
You didn't see it? Josh Alexander's having his final TNA match. He's gonna
I did see that.
He's gonna be a free agent.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You know Triple H gonna call him like, listen,
yes,
how much do you want?
I knew TNA was cooking when Moose did his call your shot gauntlet thing or whatever it was called in front of the kid, bro. Pinned him while the child was still in the ring, bro. I'm not the biggest fan of Moose. But I loved that moment. I was like, okay, Moose, I rock with you now. Which, and side note, this is just very, very off topic. Does Swerve still have his little henchman? Is that still a group? The Mogul Embassy?
No. That's
gone. Okay, cool.
I was gone like when he was champion.
Hey, I'm still trying. I don't watch Ring of Honor, and I'm still trying to catch up on AEW. So with that being said, why the hell is Brian Cage still on my TV? If I see Brian Cage and the Murder Hawk Lance Archer,
what a
name! Remember when Lance was cool 3 years ago, yo?
Was he?
Yeah,
he was. Nah, he was a shit.
I
Him
never
and- him
rocked
and
with
Mox
Lance.
used to kill each other for no reason.
I
Yeah.
never rocked with
This is
Lance
before
Archer, I'm not
Mox
gonna
was
lie.
spamming the blood too. This is like,
Yeah.
he
Oh,
was
this is
cooking.
before he was spamming the blood. Okay, maybe he.
Bro,
was.
he was cook, bro. They was cooking, bro. Like, but I think Lance Archer started going downhill when he fucked up his moonsault against Eddie Kingston for the Full Gear qualifier, and like
I was pissed. I was like, why the fuck are you doing that, bro? You too
you
big for that shit.
fucked it way too fucking.
Yeah,
big.
but,
Fuck wrong with you.
What time is it? All right, we got 15 more minutes. Go ahead, Nate. Let's get into
Ah,
it.
shit. All right. So
Cook 'em.
we was talking about this in the group chat. So I know we always compare Bianca Belair to John Cena, you know, because at one time she was facing women's division, Super Bianca, all that stuff. I think it's time we have a somewhat uncomfortable conversation. Not really that uncomfortable when you really break it down, but it's gonna shake some people. It's gonna shake some people. Bianca Belair is not John Cena. Bianca Belair is Batista. Hear me out. You remember when John Cena and Batista were on the come up? Who rose first? Batista. He had the feud with Triple H. He was in the main event of WrestleMania. He was on the bigger show to start, while John Cena was on the B show, SmackDown. Now, granted, they switched fairly quickly, but still, Batista was still main eventing those pay-per-views after Mania. He was going because he had the feud with Triple H.
Yeah.
And afterwards, Cena would swap, and then Cena would eventually be the face of the company, number one. While Batista was still a top guy, he just was right behind John Cena. And while being the face of any brand in WWE is a major accomplishment, John Cena was the face of the A show. Batista was the face of the B show. And if they were ever on the same show, i.e. Raw, but John Cena was 1A and Batista was 1B. You flip that with Bianca and Rhea. Who rose first?
No, I knew
Bianca.
it.
Bianca rose first. She main evented WrestleMania first. She beat Sasha Banks. I believe the same WrestleMania, Rhea Ripley beat Asuka for the Women's Championship. And that was not the main event. And so for a while, longer than Cena and Batista, I will give him that, Bianca was like number one. She would, when you looked at Rhea and Bianca, she was number one. Bianca was 1A, Rhea was 1B. She was the one getting the main event. She was the one getting the big push, to the point where we were comparing her to John Cena. And then something shifted when Triple H took over. For whatever reason, Triple H just happens to favor. I'm not insinuating anything. I'm not. So don't run context. Don't try to put this out of context. He favors Rhea more. And it's been very clear since about 2023, once Bianca lost that title. There was a shift. And now you look at it, Rhea is 1A, Bianca is 1B. If you put them side by side, Rhea is the bigger star right now. And it shows because they're putting Bianca in the tag team division. And she's stayed in the tag team division for a while. And honestly, ever since she lost that title to Asuka, she hasn't felt like the star that I believe that she should feel like. And I feel like Rhea has hit that point where she is considered one of the faces, one of the major faces of the company. I feel like Bianca had it at one point, but she didn't have it like Rhea. And I feel like she hasn't still hit that point where like she should be one of the faces of the company.
He's cooking.
But she's still a big deal. She's still a massive star. She's still a big draw, just like Batista was a big draw. But you could slap a world title on Bianca just like you could slap a world title on Batista. But the fact still remains, Triple H favors Rhea Ripley more than he favors Bianca, just like Vince McMahon favored John Cena more than he favored Batista. You don't see you don't see Bianca, you don't see her side by side with any prominent male figure. But Rhea Ripley, she's going side by side with The Undertaker on the Raw Netflix premiere. It's not a bad thing. And this is not on Bianca, by the way. I'm not knocking on Bianca. This has nothing to do with her. I think she's a tremendous talent. And I think the position she's in is a position that most envy. And like her counterparts probably would love to be in her position. I'm just saying she's right behind Rhea. She's right behind Rhea. Nothing to do with Bianca. Everything to do with Triple H and who he favors.
He's cooking.
Yeah, it's not crazy. It's not crazy. I knew where you was going on this. As soon as you said that, I was like, yeah.
But I also feel like for some odd reason, people forget who the fuck Bianca is, and I just can't wait until she gets a world title again because people have been talking crazy on her name, dog.
What they've been saying? Because I don't know. I haven't
bro,
seen
people, bro, people just people think now it's just like there's there's just this gap between her and Rhea.
Because she's not doing anything. Because I don't know what's going on.
That's what I'm saying.
Jade.
I can't wait until Bianca
Well,
gets.
I don't know what's going on with Jade, but I thought this was supposed to be the heel turn for Bianca. That's what I thought. That's what I thought we were getting ready.
Another few Triple H.
Oh my God, Nate! Let's talk about it too, bro.
Well, I don't know what's going on with Jade. I don't know if it's fumbling or not. I don't know if Jade's like recovering. I don't know if Jade actually got hurt and like it just took a little minute to her to get back because they haven't mentioned it on TV for a minute. It was like a whole thing. Oh, who attacked Jade? Who attacked Jade? And they brought it up for a minute. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. There's no reports on it, so I really can't say. But what it seems like, just from my eye, Jade was actually injured, and it took her a little bit longer than they initially thought to come back. That's why they haven't mentioned it.
So where Jade is, Nate, we also talked about this, and we agree. With the addition of holding people accountable, we have to hold Jade accountable. And it's 50-50. It's one, the way how they were presenting Jade, like when she got signed, they made it seem like it was huge box office. Like she just got signed. This is a huge steal. This is generational. The way that they portrayed her, they portrayed her like she's supposed to be a generational talent. All this shit, the way they're portraying her, they have not been holding up on their end. Also with Jade Cargill, she knew the expectation when she was signed. I also want to hold her accountable on that. You knew what the expectation was when you got signed, and you knew what WWE was trying to push you to be. And for you to consistently have these tag matches where they're 13 minutes long and Bianca's in it for 11 of the fucking 13 minutes and you come in and you clean up, that's not meeting expectations. And Mo has said it time and time again. It's time that we stop holding Jade Cargill's hand and have her learn in fucking singles matches and try to at least develop her the right way. Jade Cargill needs to be held accountable because she has not lived up to expectations. I gave her a pass when she signed because she only worked like 60 matches in 3 years in AEW. That's not a lot. On WWE schedule, you're working over 100 every like a year if you're at least in the mid-card level. You know what I mean? So I gave her a pass for AEW, but now it's been over a year. And I understand you haven't been on TV these past couple months, but every time you've been on TV, you've been stinking up the joint. We try to give you pass. I can't even say you're new anymore. You got like 6 years in the biz, right? Oh, not 6 years. You got like 4 years in the biz
5.
now. About to be 5. So I'm not even gonna say you're new anymore. Like I can't do that. She has not been good. She needs to be held accountable for not being good, but WWE also needs to be held accountable for trying to put somebody in the
They need to be held
limelight.
more accountable.
They need to be held more accountable for what they were trying to do.
Way more accountable.
Way more, because they try to push her like this generational figure, and she's not. Can she? When she hones her craft, yeah, but not starting her on NXT, you fumbled her. Immediately, you fumbled her.
Facts.
And she has not developed the way we thought she could develop.
You know what I was just thinking? I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead, G. I'll let you.
Well, I was just thinking about it right now.
Where's Cam?
I saw. I don't know, but you know what I just realized, low key. Because even though I'm not the biggest fan of this person, I think they've been doing good work. I'm just not the biggest fan. Jade Cargill, not presentation wise, but like just in ring wise and all that. Everybody, or how do I word this? What everybody thought Jade Cargill would be is what Lash Legend is.
Exactly. You know why? You know why? Because they actually let her develop in NXT. Oh my God, a crazy idea. Someone with very little to no wrestling experience developing in developmental. Oh my God. That seems like, and they're actually good? Oh my God, maybe we should have sent Jade Cargill to NXT so she can develop properly instead of having her trying to replace Bianca Belair, an actual generational talent.
And you know what it is? And you know what it is,
He's
Nate?
cooking
And Nate, you know what it is? This is where that stubbornness of Triple H comes in. Mm-hmm. He let the we took yours. I think Triple H said, you know what, AEW, we're gonna take this star that y'all fumbled, we're gonna make her even bigger. That's what they said.
Cook.
And he should have just swallowed his pride, because if Jordan Grace is going to NXT, and Julia and Stephanie Vaquer or going to NXT, Jay damn sure could have won.
But my thing is, right? You don't like. I'm not rebuttaling anything you're saying. My thing is though, is the stubbornness with Triple H. You don't have to flip her to be this generational. Like we see she has that potential, physique wise, we see it. But starting off NXT is not a bad thing. And you've already turned AEW's trash into gold. AEW already got that message. They got that message with Ethan Page. He was NXT champion by the second fucking month. You already got that message across with Lexis King, who's
North
a
American
solid
Star,
mid-carder now. You got
Heritage
that
Cup
message
champion.
across.
Yeah.
You got that message across with Thea fucking Hale. You got that message across with Fallon Henley. Like, you took a lot of AEW's trash that they were riding on elevation for the most part, and you've already proved your point. Now you're fumbling the biggest point you could have made. And it's louder. It's so loud, bro. It's so ass. It's so ass. And now you can't put her in NXT because there's too many women in NXT. And plus there's too many women that are better. So with Jade Cargill, Nate, you said it. You probably might be afraid to say it live, but I won't. Like, she's gonna end up being released. It's gonna be one of the biggest.
I don't think she'll be released.
Not now.
Not
now. If she don't meet expectations in like 2 to 3 years, she's gonna.
And now this is what I want to say. This is what I want to say. I'm gonna say
she's gonna
this.
be on some Gable Stevenson shit.
You said Jade?
And if she don't meet expectations,
yo, you're
no.
2 to 3 years, if she don't meet expectations, she's gone.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I want to bring up.
She's gone.
How this is very unfair to Jade. This is the whole premise of my argument. This is very unfair to Jade Cargill because when you are in a company like the WWE, and we've seen it with Gable Stevenson, we've seen it with Parker Boudreaux. They put the highest of expectations because they want you to fill shoes, whether it's of a Kurt Angle, whether if it's a Brock Lesnar, or whether it's a Bianca Belair. And what is not fair, Gable Stevenson, he can go fuck himself. But with Parker Boudreaux, they wanted him to be the next Brock Lesnar. These niggas wanted him in the Judgment Day. But because he wasn't progressing to the level of a Brock Lesnar to the next big thing,
he got fired.
They said, get out of here. And that is very unfair. And that is very unfair for Jade Cargill, for you to put these expectations. Oh, you're going to be the next Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair, who's someone who hasn't even freaking hit her prime yet. Someone who hasn't even been hit where I think she can hit and be the biggest fucking woman on the planet. Someone I think hasn't hit that stride yet, and you're already trying to replace her. It is very unfair because if she does not develop to those standards, WWE has a very bad habit. I'm not saying they'll do it, and I don't want them to do it, but they have a very bad habit of wiping their hands clean of people who don't meet the expectations that they want to bring, that they have for them.
That's what I'm saying with Jade. That I've been with y'all as the biggest Jade supporters, but I'm also understanding the position that she's in. If she does not meet these expectations that WWE is trying to invest into her, there's literally no point in keeping her around. That's because of how they've been portraying her. Now, if she would start off in NXT and letting her develop her own way, different fucking story. But it's the fact that when she was immediately signed, you posted all over your social media, Jade Cargill is signed. You posted on so many of the global news networks around the world, Jade Cargill was signed. So immediately you try to push her as this untapped box office attraction. And if she's not going to meet those expectations and eventually groom her talents into a box office attraction, what can WWE salvage? They won't. They can't because of what they put on her, and it's not her fault.
So before we end, this is what I'll say when it comes to the J thing, right? If we just look with an objective lens and we look at from when she came in the Royal Rumble, because obviously she signed way before that, when she came in the Royal Rumble to the last time she was on TV, I think we were on track to getting, in a sense, to where she was supposed to be.
Right.
Her presentation is that of a superhero. She's the physique, the body, the height. She's one of the biggest girls on that roster. They're presenting her as a superhero.
Right.
So I get it, right? And again, we've always given her the thing where you only wrestled 60 matches in 2-3 years when niggas are doing that in 2-3 months in WWE. So we got it. And I think she was on track. I think she had gotten better progressively in the ring. Her promo skills or whatever, they're not bad. She can tell a story, but they're not like, ooh, I got to watch that promo
She
again.
don't got to say much. She don't got to say
Yeah.
She doesn't.
So she was progressing. I think, personally, Because again, I haven't seen a report on what's going on with her, so I don't know if it's one of those things where like, because like for even though it's obviously nowhere near the same, I always try to think back to the Bray Wyatt stuff. We didn't know what was going on with him, and they never told anything. They just said undisclosed injury, whatever the case. We didn't know.
You can even compare this to Keith Lee. You just
Keith Lee too. Keith Lee too. We didn't know anything that was going on. So I'm really trying not to speculate. And even though we don't want to hold her hand, I'm trying to give it a pass because she's been off TV for a while, and it's clearly for a reason. So I'm trying to let it slide with that. But I
found that it was a serious injury, and that this was reported 4 days ago, that Jade Cargill in December was dealing with a serious, legitimate injury, and she's been at the Performance Center ever since to get cleared as soon as possible.
Okay. So with what you just read, I think that's what's kind of hindering this, because that's why they stopped mentioning it.
Yeah.
They haven't mentioned who attacked Jade. That was Bianca's whole character purpose, right? And we thought Naomi might have done it, or maybe Bianca was the one who actually did it, because you can do even though it's a lazy story, but you can do the whole, oh, I got tired of you stealing the spotlight because I'm the EST. You could have did that. It would have been lazy, but you could have did that. So I think with everything, but if we just look at how she progressed from Royal Rumble to now, I think she was getting there. We knew it was going to be a minute, right? I think Jade, when Jade hits her peak or sense, it wasn't going to be till her second, maybe third year actually in the ring consistently, right? Because we were going to get through this Bianca feud, right? I mean, she came into the company staring off Charlotte. That was an option on the table, right? We kind of figured that was just going to be hey, here we go, right? Like, there you go. There's your match. So there's multiple things, but I do think, and then now we also have to remember with this injury, because she's inexperienced as she is, there's going to be a little bit of a relapse period where she got to find her footing again.
Yeah.
They're going to put her in squash matches. They're going to slow it down. But I think it's on the way. Bianca and Naomi, as much as I'm happy for them, as much as I think they're not doing bad with the tag titles.
Right.
All of this could have been avoided. And I'm going to say it again, and then we can end the show like that. All of this could have been avoided if Triple H didn't get peer pressured. I 1,000% believe Triple H got peer pressured into introducing the mid-card titles. Those are one of the few times I feel like Triple H has listened to the internet. Triple H works best when he doesn't listen to them. Right? Unless he's listening to me, because that's how I saved Mania 40. So, unless he's listening to me, every time that internet, because he starts to feel the pressure in the press conferences too when they start to ask about, booking, like when they asked him about your disparity booking black people versus white people, and he was just kind of like I don't see color. I book like for the band, but you can tell it made him uncomfortable. So with the and we all know he has not been great booking this women's division. So I think he felt, okay, fine, let me give them what they want. Let me introduce these mid-card titles. And even though the mid-card titles in theory are not bad because it works perfectly at NXT, they have the depth. NXT showed me, even in 2.0, when Mandy Rose and Toxic Attraction were carrying that brand,
right?
They showed me that they could tell multiple storylines with different women at the same time.
Yeah.
And all of them feel credible, even the people who were losing. Right? There was a period, bro. There was a period. We had Roxanne with whatever she was doing. We had Fallon Henley with Lola Vice. It was Lola Vice and Jada Parker, right? We had Toxic Attraction doing what they was doing. We had Kalani Jordan doing what she was doing. There was like 6-7 feud. If they ever wanted to bring back an Evolution, I would tell you to send it to NXT.
Hell yeah.
I would tell you to send it to NXT. They had a 10-women tag match, main event an NXT show, and all of those 10 women in there all had different feuds.
G, Trent, is it fair to say that in terms of hype, that Jade Cargill, just in terms of hype, not how the career is going so far, that just in terms of hype, that Jade Cargill is your Davion Clowney? Coming into the league.
Okay.
I'm not talking about how Clowney's career played out.
No, he might have cooked.
I'm not talking about how the career played out. I'm just talking about
because Davion Clowney, bro, was supposed to
my thing
be
is,
that nigga, bro.
y'all think Jade Cargill got Jadeveon Clowney hype?
When she was signed, yes. When she
Yes,
was signed,
yes.
I mean, yeah, it was
Yes.
I'm just talking about when they were
yes.
coming into the league. I ain't talking about the career played out. You know.
Yeah, because Jay Cargill still got hot. Jadavion Clowney, that nigga. But no, when she came out, I'm not gonna lie, it might be.
Yeah, you're right.
It might
Is
be
it
Jadavion,
Jadavion Clowney?
It might be Jadavion.
Yo,
bro.
you know.
Is it Jadavion?
It might be Jadavion, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Trevor Lawrence?
No.
That's
Don't
gross.
do that. Don't do that.
That's fucking
Don't
gross.
do that. Don't do that.
This
Don't
is
do that.
gross.
Don't do that. 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 No.
Okay, sorry. Okay, sorry. I
God
left.
damn it,
Okay,
Cam. We
sorry,
talked
okay.
about your favorite wrestler, Jade Cargill.
Shut up. Sorry. We're gonna get back to that. I just want to say. I just want to say. I'm sorry for leaving while you guys are in the middle of countering acting me. I want to make it seem like I wasn't listening to what you were saying, so I just left. My mom called me. You know, when mom calls you, got to go out there. So
Yeah, no problem.
So give your quick take on Jade Cargill before we gotta go.
Oh God.
Oh shit.
Why would you get?
Can she have a 2023 clown a year? I wasn't necessarily comparing them as players, just the hype, but she
Just the hype of her coming in, like
she might be Jadavion.
When they, bro, she was literally on Sports Illustrated, Bleacher Report, ESPN, CBS. Everybody was reporting that she signed, bro.
I mean, I'm just saying that might be. You know what I'm saying?
for a woman that has been hyped up as much as Jade Cargill has been, WWE. If I'm gonna keep it a bean, I think her. If I'm gonna keep it a bean, I think her AW run has been better than her WWE run. By the way, and I want to say this: if they do the Jade Cargill Bianca Belair feud, my only hope is Bianca is the babyface and Jade is the heel. It's a babyface Jade Cargill sound. I'm not even trying to hate on her. Babyface Jade Cargill sounds cringe. That sounds absolutely cringe. The Jade Cargill I want to see on WWE television was the Jade Cargill that was on AEW television. Where she was on TV talking about how I'm that bitch, I'm untouchable, this and the third. Where like, Tony cut the shit, and that's the Jade Cargill I want to see on my television. If I gotta have her on my TV, which I don't want, if I gotta have her on my TV, I would much rather prefer the AEW version of her on my television. And I don't. And doing a Jade Cargill Bianca Belair feud where Jade is the babyface and Bianca is the heel, I don't think that is going to work. If the Jade Cargill Bianca feud is going to work, Jade has to be the heel. She has to be. Jade has to be heel, and she has to do her. Jade has to be heel, and they just need to let her do what she was doing.
You're being too nice. You're not telling the real feelings you got about Jade Cargill's run so far. You're not being nice. You're being too nice.
I said her run's been ass. I'm waiting for everybody else. To wake up. And I'm waiting for everybody else to wake up and realize that this woman is not good. And y'all cannot. And y'all say, and the people in the comment section and the people on here, y'all cannot say I only feel this way about Jade Cargill because she left AEW for WWE. Because if you go on YouTube, there are plenty of videos of me saying in AEW through 2022 that this woman is no good. So y'all cannot call me a hypocrite. Y'all cannot sit there and say, "Oh, you only like."
So you flat out think she sucks?
Yes, I don't think she's good.
Jesus.
Somebody said Reggie Bush might be a better comp.
I don't know. The draft class Jadavion Clowney was in. I don't know, man. That might have it.
But that was it for today. I know people got to get ready for Super Bowl and all that stuff. So we appreciate y'all watching us. I know we had an earlier time slot. We'll be back to our regular one because we will be your prime destination every Sunday. No more football after this. So we are gonna go get ready.
We gonna watch the GOAT do GOAT shit.
3P baby.
3P
baby. You know what, Mo? For someone who keeps calling people a merchant, you sure are not show up to the show merchant.
I've been on that shit lately, side Mo.
Mo, thank you, Lewis. Thanks for letting me on the show. I'm sorry if you sent the link and I wasn't.
No, you can. You can join next week. I'll let the guys. I don't think the guys will mind. You join next week.
I don't even know what we're talking about next week. But hey,
nobody knows. But we'll be here.
I think it's one of my episodes.
Yeah.
I think it's one of my episodes.
We didn't even announce to y'all. So Nate,
you won both.
Yeah. So we had this little thing before we get off for real. We had this little thing where we had during the Royal Rumble, everybody had an entrant, and if your entrant spot won the Royal Rumble, then you got to have your special episode. And Nate won both. Nate, well, because of course he got Jey Uso.
Of course it's Nate.
And then of course he got Charlotte Flair. So
Of course it's Nate out of all people.
Yeah. So
so next week, I've talked to Malik already. Next week, we're going to be doing a special Black History Month episode. We're going to be talking about Black wrestlers, honoring Black wrestlers of the past, the present, and of the future. It's across all brands, all shows, WWE, AEW, TNA, whatever you like. We're gonna try to shine some on the old people, like Big Back Johnson. You know, we're gonna be shouting them out.
Hey, shout out Michael Tarver.
Who's the black guy?
He got his name. He got his name.
Who the black guy at Nexus, bro? I get the Glazed Ring of Honor Jay Lethal.
My Glaze is gonna be insane. I'm gonna bring out some names you niggas ain't heard since the 50s. You gonna be like, who the fuck? I'm bringing out some names you niggas ain't heard. Oh,
bro,
yeah.
y'all know Cam stands King Kong Bundy, bro.
King Kong Bundy.
That's crazy.
King Kong Bundy is fucking awesome. You gonna respect King Kong Bundy while I'm here, Lewis. King Kong Bundy.
I didn't say it. I just said you like King Kong Bundy, bro.
Damn right, I like King Kong.
Right.
He's better than Brett. He's better than Brett, you know.
Shut up. I'm gonna get up.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
And
then the next episode is a bit of a surprise. It's gonna be.
Don't piss me off.
All right. Oh no. It's gonna be good for us. I'm working on it right now.
Us or you?
It works. Oh, him.
I'll get out of here. Thank you guys for letting me on the show. I appreciate it. I'm gone.
Always, brother.
You can come back next week. I'll let the guys know.
But once again, if you have not been living in the world with everybody, if you have been living under a rock, go subscribe to the No Name Wrestling page. If you're watching on it right now, like the video, leave some comments. If you're not watching on it right now, because we come from multiple platforms, go subscribe to the No Name Wrestling page. Go follow our TikTok if you still got it on your phone. Go follow the IG. We got all the clips coming out. Listen to us on Spotify just in case you can't watch it live. Appreciate y'all always, man. We are on the road to WrestleMania. I feel like we should do something for WrestleMania. I feel like we should have like a competition ourselves amongst the panel.
We'll talk about it.
This is gonna be on what? This is gonna be our third WrestleMania together?
Yeah.
Second one under
second.
Second one under
No, we had 39 last year and this year.
Well, 39.
Oh, this will be our third one. Yep.
Yeah, 39. We were still PC though.
Oh yeah. This is our
second. So this is our second
do
one.
We do who can get the most matches right type shit?
Yeah, let's do a prediction thing. We'll talk about it off here.
Yeah, we will. I love it. But again, appreciate y'all, man. Y'all go enjoy y'all Super Bowl.
I would have won on 39. I was the only one that had Roman.
Oh my god, crazy. Bro! You know what's crazy about 39? I would have won, bro. 39 would have been a 28-3 because I got everything right until we got the Oscar, until we got the Finn, and then we got the Cody. I would have been heated. Oh my god!
Actually, I didn't have Gunther winning. I had Sheamus winning,
bro. But, I mean, obviously, we wouldn't have counted like the Shane McMahon stuff because that was bad.
Yeah, no, that shit.
But like the tag team eliminator, the both of them,
yeah,
all of that I had right.
Like, wow. Mo said, "I'm gonna lose."
That's crazy.
Yeah, he can't predict for shit. We know.
Yeah, Mo can't predict for shit. He be talking about something. Yeah, actually, let me not talk shit about him while he gone.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Hit him with that shit, Nate.
Oh yeah, as we leave.
Yeah, I met the GOAT in person.
You did meet the GOAT in person.
That's my IG.
Even as a great host, this is how we gonna end it.
Yeah. We'll see you next time. We might see the GOAT do GOAT shit, baby. Yes, sir.
Yeah, don't ever say I'm not a great host.